right. Good afternoon. We are back at the Potomac Curling Center in the beautiful area of Laurel, Maryland.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back. Here we are. I'm welcoming myself back, too, because I was at the bar. Oops. You know how it goes.
Hey, it's a family affair here. She was getting me a soda, a Coke Zero. Let's be truthful.
Okay, I was at the bar getting a soda.
And you're drinking one as well, so.
I am as well. And the bottle of Pennsylvania straight bourbon in front of me is not mine, and I have not been drinking it.
I'm told it's the broadcaster's bourbon.
What?
That's what I was told.
Well, that's good news.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay, let's get back to what we were supposed to be showing.
Okay, well, hi. I'm F.L. Etlin.
Janine Klein.
And Jamie will be back here momentarily as well to join us. But in the meanwhile, let's do some curling stuff.
How do I get up?
Let's see. It says we're live, but I don't see much in the way of curling action, but I think that's fixed. Let's see. Maybe it's just my tablet that's not playing nice. Let's just load that back up again.
Okay, there we are. Our camera wizard, Mr. Ken Clark, is just that, Mr. Wizard, and
yes.
He is playing. So we have the, what do you want to call, junior league person, myself, at the cameras.
Well, that's all right. We're going to work that out. Let me just get
And the chat, please give us people we could do a shout out for, or tell us, hey, can you focus on sheet C instead? Real quick.
We are more than happy to give you updates from other sheets. We'll try to keep you abreast of the situation across all 4 sheets of curling action here in the 3:30 p.m. draw at the
3:45 plus.
3:45. Yeah, 3:45. Okay, let me start right off. I'm going to start strong and say I love the pants on the person currently in the hack here on our featured sheet. What's that?
Oh, hey.
Yes.
We love crazy curling pants, period.
Absolutely. But those are really understatedly beautiful.
Yes, you really probably can't see. Oh, maybe you can see a little bit on the screen.
They're like purple and blue, and they got a little pattern to them. I'm giving that a 2 thumbs up from the broadcast team.
That's okay. Bill Engman had paisley pants on earlier. And another gentleman did too. I think it was Cody Johnson.
Well, there were also dinosaurs and giraffes curling. So, you just never know what you're going to get.
Yes.
My tablet is slow to pick up on the video feed, but I trust it's streaming smoothly to those of you on a better internet connection.
All right, here we go. Following the sweepers on our feature sheet B.
Right. Since I was late to the party, have you already said who was where or anything like that? Do you want me to do that?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Please.
Let's take a look and see if I got that information.
You have a very pretty voice. You go ahead.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I don't know if I got the right sheet here. Let's see.
Maybe not. Here.
No, I think I got the same one.
Yes, you
More
do.
Or less. Wait, you've written red next to things that are. Oh, good. Those are the red seams. Perfect. Mm-hmm. I knew that.
Yeah, this time around they decided to assign the colors because once people start playing, it gets a little difficult to wait. Which team is which?
Absolutely. Let me pull up the teams. Speaking of which, and I'm going to go through the teams, and I'm going to apologize in advance. I mangle everyone's names. That is my specialty. You're welcome. If somebody wants to correct my pronunciation, they are welcome to do so because I'm going to mess it up.
Please, the chat is open.
Okay, let's see. That is on sheet A. We have Roanoke Valley versus Last Minute Entry. I'm going to start with Last Minute Entry because that's easier to find on my little spreadsheet here. By the way, this draw and the team information is available on the curldc.org website. The front page has a nice little link. You probably found that already because the next link over is the one for the webcast. Last Minute Entry is made up of Janet Barber, and
Very nice lady.
very, very nice, and quite a strong volunteer here for the club. My tablet does not keep the spreadsheet open for me. Thank you so much, tablet. Try that again. I think my tablet is done with me today. Does not want to. Okay, here we go. It was Janice Barmer. We've got Stacy Sleddy, Carol Voss, and Judy Gilbert. Out of all of those are Potomac curlers. And they are playing against Last Minute Entry. Wait, that was Last Minute Entry. They are playing against Roman Valley. And that is made up of Stephen Loftus, Ken Clark, that we talked about as the Web God, Brad Isaac, and Grace Laveau. I'm going to guess that's how I pronounce that, and I probably mangle it. Sorry. That is sheet A.
Sheet B.
Our featured sheet. We have Team Virginia versus Team, I'm assuming it's pronounced Huff. Anybody want to correct me? Hufe.
Hufe. Thank you.
Boy. Jamie's back just in time to take over the mangling of the names.
All right. No, I asked them, and if I got it wrong, I apologize to team what I think is called Hufe.
I'm so glad you came along.
There's a Michael Dobbs on the ice.
Hi, Michael Dobbs. Oh, start the clock, he says.
Yeah. All right, so all of our teams getting a free 4 stones. We're definitely getting 8 ends out of today's draw.
All right. Right, I was telling you who was on these teams here. So we have Team Virginia, which has David Zimmerman, Matt Athayde, Jay, I can't pronounce it. How do you do it?
Theado.
Theado? Okay,
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Actually, Bobbie, Todd, how do you pronounce Jay's last name? Theado.
Theado?
Theado.
Theado. Okay.
That's my best guess.
Yeah.
Excellent. And, wait.
Oh, are we Team Virginia? Bobbie
Yeah.
Todd, who is sitting with us. Who is sparing for you, Bobbie
Who's
Todd?
sparing for you, Bobbie? Oh, okay.
All right.
And then Team
All right. Hufe.
Hufe. We got Brian.
Brian
Hufe.
at skip. Laura Hallisey. Rob Green. We love Rob Green. Mel Cawley at lead.
All right. That's our feature sheet.
This is our feature sheet up on B, which is both the left and right side of your screen right now.
And on sheet C.
Sheet Charlie, we have Bucks City and curl down for what? And on Team Bucks City, we have Bill Rueter, Ben Hallman, Steve Turner, and Dave Rueter. And on curl down for what? If I can focus my eyes, we have Jason Cowan, Mathias Helbach, Melanie.
I think that's Melanie.
Melanie. Oh yeah, that's the word.
Cool.
And Sean McClellan.
Excellent. And then on
Sheet Delta.
we got California Dreaming.
California Dreaming.
Oh yeah. See, I can't see either. Good
We've
Lord.
done
Why
this
are we
7
doing
times
this?
this weekend.
Sorry.
The team out of Silicon Valley Curling Club with what I think is the best logo in the sport at the amateur level. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a silicon chip that describes a curling sheet.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
And then Team Sake.
Team Sake, which is Team Sake first, which is our own Topper Waters, his brother Randy Waters, and Maddie Clough, and J.D. Darlson, who goes by J. Dizzle. He does.
Okay, J. Dizzle.
And fun fact, Maddie is not wearing her Dazzle pants, which is unfortunate because when she wears those pants, she wins. The other team, though, is California Dreaming.
Oh, my bad.
If we can pull that back up, because I do not want to forget anybody on this, especially with family turning in. Diane Palm, Brandon Wolf, Julie Wolf, and Maria Eswin.
We were talking about the logo, and I got distracted.
Oh, I am easily distracted as well. So hello to all of our viewers. Hello to our broadcasters, especially our viewers, Richard Cowan, Hank Ebert, and Mike Meyer. Go Sheet A last minute entry is also my choice for today's game because Janice Barber is, I'm gonna say it, my favorite curler on the sheet right now. I am sorry to all of you whom I love. Janice was my clutch person at our first spiel this year who worked kitchen with me and made Ukrainian Embassy Row spiel happen in the kitchen.
Amazing. Janice is amazing. Like I said earlier, actually, you weren't here for that. I was already saying what a wonderful volunteer in person she is, and great curler and delightful.
Absolutely.
So.
And it turns out we had a Canadian, like, she and I were asking which of us is the most Canadian. And we argued back and forth for a hot minute, and then she said, you know what, I think you're right, it's you. And I said, I can't top that. Because the most Canadian is the polite one who will say, no, it's you. So Janice is the most Canadian curler at this club. And absolutely go sheet A, last minute entry. So what's going on the ice?
Well, we're up to skip stones here. Actually, the last 2 rocks on our featured sheet.
If you're looking on the right side of your screen, you'll see the layout. And
currently
Virginia
Red,
sitting too.
who does not have hammer, is sitting shot, and they're about to throw their last rock.
Not looking good for Team Hufe right now.
Team Hufe is sitting second stone, but there are those 2 pesky red guards up there as well. I imagine they're going to maybe do a lightweight takeout of that back yellow stone and flop behind cover and sit 3, but we'll see what they really do.
And Grant Barber weighing in, yes, the goal is to make her blush. Yeah, and I think you're right, Janine, rather, sorry.
Or Janine.
Janine Klein. I think they're going to curl around enough. They're absolutely going to get a big enough piece of that to hit and probably stick around.
Yep. Well, they did. So they're sitting 3, and it's actually not an easy draw for one here. This is a forced situation.
I don't hate this if I'm Virginia.
No, absolutely. Dave Zimmerman is in a position of stress at the moment.
Zimmerman is my opponent this week, and this season we've had a bet, and he has officially won it.
Oh.
I will be delivering a $20 bill shellacked to a curling stone to him.
Not shellacked to one of our active curling stones.
No.
But instead
I ordered a curling stone from Brampton, Ontario. It is sitting in the warm room, and I'm going to chill it this evening.
Fantastic.
Yep. And he's got to carry that home with him.
Okay. I normally have a curling stone in my linen closet. It was a Valentine's Day gift many years ago.
What a lovely Valentine.
I think so. It came in a box from Canada covered in Canadian postage all the way around the box.
Oh, no.
And I came home to find it on the front porch because I got home before my then-time significant other.
And a little overcooked and a little extra overcooked, and the sweep gives a steal of 2 to Virginia.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
so
at least 2.
Yep.
On their heels to start the game. But 2 points with 6-7 ends to play.
All right, 2 for Virginia.
Indeed, it's early days.
But if they hang, they hung 2. They did 2.
Hung or hanged?
Yes.
Okay.
They placed a score on the scoreboard that reflects 2 points.
Any people who write for a living can weigh in here on hung versus hang when it comes to a scoreboard.
Oh, I do have to say, our comments about Janice Barber have been noticed by her significant other, Grant.
Oh, and Lynn Green saying red is actually Team Hufe, so apparently we're backwards on the rocks on our
did
scoreboard.
Did they hang it?
Red is
the other
Team
way.
Hufe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn Green.
Yeah, they
certainly
were
appreciated.
They've been hanging them the other way. And I approve of the way that they are. I'm looking at the glass here in the warm room, not helping you.
Yeah.
I put up the signs for the previous draw, and I started to hang them in this orientation, and then was told, no, we're doing it the other way, so red is first.
Of course.
Yes.
But
so
they matched the stones on the ice, so I kind of approved, but we're all mixed up now.
So there are teams out here who will mess with that and say, no,
the
we're gonna
teams
throw
on
yellow
B
instead.
did that.
Yes.
Naughty.
Yes, so
I blame Dobbs.
I blame Zimmerman.
I'm not casting any blame. We're just going to move on with our updated information.
And thus that is 2
Yes.
people blaming Zimmerman and 1 person blaming Dobbs.
Well, I found out, I believe, on the Embassy Row that Dobbs and Christine got married on the exact same day that I did.
No way.
Just obviously in different locations.
I hope so. That would have been a little
awkward.
Packed.
Yeah, they probably had more guests than I. We
Mindy Melinda Carlson.
Hello.
weighing in, saying hello.
Oh, hi,
Hello,
Mindy. Hey, Mindy, I finally got your book. Thank you for signing it.
Yeah,
I
and I
won it at
absolutely
Embassy.
failed at, Keith and I both failed at grabbing the books I had in my home to get you to sign them, but we know where you curl. Have you read our book?
Okay, it is gonna.
Slide into the house here. Top house.
Yeah.
Not a guard.
No,
It is indeed now a target.
Which means it's hittable, as you said. All right, my brain briefly went on to autopilot, and I'm checking back in with FL, who is doing the thinking for both of us.
Oh, we are in sorry shape here, but that's okay. Sweeping, holding the line here.
And you want that a
nice
little
clean
outside
hit.
so it can kind of roll. Oh,
Yeah.
Got a nose hit at it. That's all right.
No, that was a strong hit.
Clean.
all right, and we're being joined by Christine Dobbs,
Hi, Christine Dobbs.
who's going to help us broadcast this game.
What one you got there? Let's see.
Yeah.
We're in trouble now.
Number 3 on the mic. All right, Christine
Mrs.
Dobbs is coming live in a
Mrs.
slow count of
Dobbs.
5. Mrs. Dobbs.
Mrs.
Hello, Mrs.
Dobbs.
Dobbs.
And Mrs. Dobbs, I just told the audience that you and I got married on the same date, but different locations.
Yes, not to each other.
Yeah, not to, not to each other.
The different locations thing helps figure that out, but not,
Yeah,
I mean, not always.
but it was odd. I did not know that they were getting married until I saw you, and I went, wait.
I was pointing at your banana earlier because I saw you starting to peel it. And I got to say, I learned something new about bananas the other day that now I'm telling everyone.
You peel from the other side.
Yep.
No, not even that.
Oh,
The
more
other
banana
thing I
facts.
learned- The other thing I learned is if you peel it a little ways down, the normal way is the way I went, but you can probably do either end, and then you boop it in the middle, it splits into thirds lengthwise. But there's so much there that if you push it out, it'll probably break, so you're going to have to support it a little.
Welcome to Potomac Curling Club.
Where we
Banana
talk-
facts 24/7. Stay tuned for more banana facts.
What we know someone who specializes in bugs and biology.
I don't specialize in bananas, I just saw it on TikTok.
If we have any
if
banana
it's on
specialists out there, please weigh in.
if it's on the internet, it
In the
must be
feed.
true.
Well, I tried it out.
And it
I
worked?
immediately grabbed a banana
Oh,
to
of
try
course.
it out.
And it
as you
worked?
do.
It worked.
All right.
All the
Cool.
time I've spent slicing bananas for banana splits,
You
now,
could have just booped it in the
now
middle.
you just boop it in the snoot.
Boop the snoot.
Boop the snoot of the banana. You have to like start the peel first and then you boop the flesh. No, you gotta push your finger in.
I'm
But you've got a lot of exposed
we're
banana.
not going to describe what's happening here in the broadcast
Look,
booth.
look, it's splitting.
However, that banana has been split with the boop to the snoot. What FL Etland is saying is true. I encourage you all to try it at home.
Thank you, Internet.
Don't trust the experts. Prove it for yourself.
Do your own experiments with your own bananas in the safety of your home.
And Mindy Carlson with the Neil Gaiman stealth signing strategy. Fun fact, I can't go through MSP without looking for Neil Gaiman's signed books. All right, I'm gonna jump on this grenade. We say hello from the
Kapuskasing.
Kapuskang
Okay.
Curling Club.
Mr. Cowan, please
Hello.
indicate the proper pronunciation.
Hello to Wisconsin, I
We will
think we're gonna
definitely
say.
need a pronunciation guide.
Yeah.
But hello, we're glad you joined us.
Yeah, and that said, Mindy, if you would like to sign some Neil Gaiman books, I'm sure nobody would object.
They're not going to sign themselves.
I mean,
I can't wait to show the banana thing to him.
okay.
Yeah.
He likes banana
Janine
splits.
Green, can I actually get you? Because with every feed, we do like to thank the volunteers, but we also like to introduce ourselves. So we're going to get you on Warm Room Cam really quick. Janine Green is going to work on that. While we're doing that, I'm not going to nibble on this banana.
There's
Yeah, well, we
Here we are.
got part of you,
Here we are. So we have Mrs.
Oh,
Dobbs.
Mrs.
Mrs. Dobbs. Waving.
We have Miss Etland.
Hello.
Yes.
We have the new Mrs. Klein. And we have some guy.
With a
But what
banana.
we're going to show you is,
There is curling
see that
happening.
split?
I'm sorry.
You
I'm
boop it.
terrible about this.
you boop the snoot.
Now, the thing is, my husband doesn't necessarily like bananas. However, he likes banana splits.
And now
So-
you can have a little bit less banana per banana split, and you'll get 3 of them per banana.
Kappa's
Yeah.
casing. Kappa's casing.
Kappa's
Thank
casing.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. With a last name like mine, I absolutely understand pronunciation is
Well,
a
that's
thing.
okay. I have been saying your last name incorrect for years.
You know what? You and all
Most
but
of
like
us.
6 people.
Well, that's okay. Well, my name was Janine B. Green. Well, now I'm Janine Klein.
So is it Janine Biden Klein? And that
Janine
shot
B.
is through here on
Oh,
sheet. Bravo.
flashed on through.
Well, we are on second end ice. The ice is sped up.
It picks up
It does take a
fast.
little bit of adjustment in the
Okay.
second end.
And someone rattling a cowbell, cheering for a shot on, I think, sheet Charlie.
Oh, Ontario, Canada.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Thanks,
Ontario,
Richard.
Canada.
We're so glad you're here. Thank you.
Cabas Casing. What part of Ontario, may I ask? Because I actually went to University of Ottawa and spent many years in that town.
Yeah, he actually is.
And one of my favorite parts of Ottawa is I actually got to skate to work. During the winter, they freeze the canal.
Oh,
They turn
yeah.
it into the longest skating rink in the world.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I got up in the morning, put on my skates, headed downtown.
Oh,
We
goodness.
definitely don't get that here.
We do
Yep,
not
we're
get
definitely
that
up to
here.
speed on this ice here on our featured
It
sheet.
makes up
That's
for all
another
the other
rock that
parts
slid
of
through.
living in Ontario.
I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't mean to speak over you. I was just trying to,
Shut me up.
No, I was just trying to get back to curling because last webcast we got chided by our audience that we were not spending enough time on curling.
Did we get yelled at?
Yes.
Were we chided?
By Mindy.
Well, Mindy's Mindy. You know we don't have to listen to her. She's not the boss of us.
She is an astute judge of curling, however.
She is also an astute judge of character.
Northern Ontario, northwest of Timmins.
Northwest of Timmins. Oh, I had a roommate from Timmins. She was awesome. Timmins is definitely Northwest Ontario. And that's as far as I can go with that statement. I'm sorry. I have very little else to say about Northern Ontario.
Okay, and where were you from in lovely Canada?
Montreal.
Ah.
I was born within a firm weight shot of the Pointe Claire Curling Club.
Ooh. How convenient.
And then I didn't take it up until I was in my late 30s.
Huh, you don't look a day over 29.
Girl, this is always in arrears. Feels like it's really delayed now.
And that banana
It's
looks
very
fresh. Mindy Carlson is sitting right here, and Mindy, if you were sitting right here, I would say the same thing to your face. Come on over.
Oh.
Come and broadcast. And chide away.
Chiding is one of the best parts.
That's a good verb.
All right, looks like we've got a takeout coming down on sheet B, our featured sheet.
Mm-hmm. So is that other red stone sitting, touching, or are they going? Doesn't look like they're going for the
Just going to do a clean hit on that yellow.
clean
and-
hit, stick around.
Yep. And I think
And
that
I
that
think
red
that's
stone
actually
is
too
biting.
red.
Yeah, I think that's two.
It looks like two red.
And then okay, Hammer Team is throwing their first skip stone.
Yeah, that top one definitely looks like it's biting to me.
All right, real
Now,
quick.
do you think they're just going to do a hit on the back one and flop a little to our left behind cover? Or do you think they're going to try for a double kill here?
It looks like the shot is the hit and stick around and chase.
That's the easier of the
And
two.
at this
Absolutely.
time of game, take the force. Don't give up anything you don't have to.
Right?
Over on sheet A, actually, can I get an overhead view of the near side of sheet A? It looks like yellow is sitting 4.
Yep.
Okay.
So team Janice
Yes.
Barber's team is last minute entry.
Let's take a quick look at this.
Looking solid, and we're
Sorry, but that's what the cameras do.
yeah. Cameras do that.
On
Don't
this
get
sheet,
dizzy.
we are rolling out, so
All right.
that was.
So we have now a clean sheet on B.
No, there's still that
There's
biter.
still one. That
Is it
biter
still
is.
biting?
That
it's
biter's
still
still
biting.
there.
Hasn't moved.
Careful, he's a biter.
Okay.
The shot from team last minute entry is now sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Okay, are we
looks like
backwards on
4.
the colors on
We
last
might
minute
be on
entry as
all
well?
of them. I don't know.
Because I
hey,
think
they
Janice,
were assigned.
Janice Barber appears to be. Oh no! What happened
Let-
was it was a run back.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to, well, let's see.
Last minute entry sitting 5. Janice trying to decide what to do with the plethora of stones she's
I think
holding.
she's called for the draw to the top
She's called
12
for a
on the
draw.
other side.
Yeah, guard it in.
And it
don't
also
allow
protects
the,
the third shot rock or second shot rock. I think that's probably the third.
Yeah.
I like that call.
I like that call.
Keep the cameras on A.
Stacy is sliding out and delivering that stone for us.
Just so you know, our
Sweepers are on
feature sheet will come back to you.
It's pretty wide open right now.
It is wide open. But over here on A, we have some solid sweeping. They like the weight. They've let it go. It's in the way.
I think I might want to sweep that a little more, but maybe they've decided to just convert to the guard. That's okay too.
Yes, I believe they have.
That's just fine.
I love the guard on this one.
Me
If you're
too.
sitting that many,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guard is great.
Clog it up. Make it difficult.
One more overhead view of A.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Do we have how many stones left on A?
We're down to Skip's rocks.
Okay, we
see.
better
All right.
get to B. Is
Let's
this
come
the hammer
back
on
to
B?
the feature sheet on B.
I think this is the
We
hammer.
finally have the hammer shot, and
It
the
is-
house, there's a
That's a-
little nibbler, so I think Team Virginia, Zim calling the
Is he? Did he call
He
the
wants the
draw,
takeout.
or did you want the takeout?
so that he
try to
can
blank.
flash.
All right, here, real quick. See
And-
what the call is.
Team Hufe waving to us up here in the broadcast booth.
Okay. Yep. That's definitely looks like a hit. Let's see if it's going to come back in a little. I think it's all right.
I think that's all right. I think it's going to hit and pop out,
Yep,
and
perfect.
no awkward run-ins to be had. So flashed in,
Blank end.
2-0 after 3. Popping back to
2.
2-0 after 2. Into 3. Thank you.
Of course.
Counting is hard.
It is.
Why did I pick a sport that's all about counting?
Because counting's pretty great.
Math is fun. We like math.
Math
Yeah.
is fun.
I would argue, though, that counting is not math.
I would counter
It's
and say counting is a subset of math.
It's fingers and toes, my
Discrete
dearest.
mathematics is itself still math. And discrete math is pretty much just counting.
I'm going to quick switch it to.
Now, sheet C
Oh,
has a lot
yeah.
of
Sheet
action.
Let's pop this
C.
over.
Yes.
You're going to see a rock come down from the top of the house, and they were
Ooh.
trying to pop out to red. But curl down for what with their first skip's stone.
Skips stone.
That is the stone that belongs to the singular skip, as
right.
opposed to Skip's stones, which is, as we established earlier, plural possessive.
Should we stay on C?
Mindy, I'm glad that you're sitting right here and going for margaritas.
Justina Bobina, Jason's got this.
That's right.
Jason, you do got this. Get this.
All right, on the screen right now, you can see B, C, and D.
Perfect.
Oh.
And on A was a fine
Couldn't see him
takeout
much
roll
A,
that you couldn't
but-
see, but it's left Janice's team down to just sitting 1.
Yeah. So A is no longer a 5-shot end. It is now small ball.
Smaller ball, but
And
maybe
over
not.
here on C, we're watching the stone come down. I think he likes the weight, and honestly, I like it high and in the way. Because Buck City, I assume it's Buck City as red stones, but
Barely see it on this view.
yeah. So you see red sitting 1 and 2, and now under a guard.
All right, what are we down to skip stones on A?
No, we're at the
Yes.
other end on it. Or
Yes,
they are.
we are.
It's Janice's first skip stone, and it looks like she is calling the hit, so she can be sitting a lot again.
Yes.
Janice going hard.
It is not a gimme. There's a yellow guard up in front of all that. That's going to be a tricky get around to come back and take that red out. I like it though.
Yep. Looks like she's willing to sacrifice one of her yellows for all the rest, which
For the greater good.
for the greater good.
And Mindy was so nice to tell us, bragging perhaps, she's going for margaritas
That's it.
shortly,
Yes.
a little
good for
later
her.
tonight.
I already applauded that move. I think that's an excellent strategic call. That is true warm
What?
room skipping.
What, margaritas?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm in the right place. All right, trying to keep ahead. Keep track of all 4 games is not.
Not for the faint of heart. Okay, so that didn't come back quite as far as she'd hoped.
No.
I feared it would be a tough thing. This is sheet A I'm talking about. You can't see it. I'm sorry. But that come around with back 12 weight didn't quite get back in far enough to make the shot she was looking for.
I'm switching to C real quick.
Perfect.
Overhead view, because I think this may be.
This does not have a lot of weight for making much difference on this sheet.
On C? No, it's just another guard. I thought it was the hammer.
Well, it is not the hammer. It was the gavel, if you want to call it that, the pre-hammer.
Okay. Gavel?
That's not really a term. I made that up one year when I was web hosting or webcasting from a Dykes, and there was a lot of drunk people around. And so we couldn't keep it straight for a while, so we started naming the... Definitely bragging, yes.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
How did we know?
Ha! Oh. Yeah, so the gavel is my term for the not hammer.
All right, so C, is this now hammer on C?
Yes, I believe it is.
All right, so let's go back to the hack. Whoop, it's already gone.
And they are trying to come in for a 3rd point.
All right, let's
But the
change the
weight
view.
is, again, maybe a little light. They're all sweeping hard. I
Ooh.
don't think they're going to get there because they've got to get all the way to practically biting their forefoot.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 2 red.
There you go. 2 red on C.
And I don't. There's the sheet. So that should be Bucks County, assuming they're throwing the rocks that they were assigned. Up 2-1.
Back to B.
Very good.
Please let us know if switching this much makes you feel dizzy. We will do our best not to do that. Okay, that kind of went through the open port and
Pretty little draw to the top 12.
yep. Let's look at both the hack and the skip.
Ms. Dobbs, would you like a chair? I can stand a while if you'd like to sit.
I'm okay for now.
All right. Let me know if you need to tag in, tag out. Justina says, hi, Rick and Mary.
Hi, Rick and Mary. Just went past, made it past. Is it gonna? No.
Just ticks off.
And out of play.
Yep,
That's a shame.
that is a shame. Just a little too much. Okay. Now they're calling for another draw in to the center of the house. I like that call. They started out by thinking about doing a top 12 kind of guard draw combo, but I like this just being aggressive, getting in behind that pile of rocks and burying it. It's a good call. Well, now let's see if we get the good shot to go with it. Sweepers are on it hard. I think they've got the clearance to get by and see if it'll dig in back there. If they've had to sweep it out so far, it has to go to the back of the house. Let's see. All right, well, it's going to stick around back there and still sit 3. Not as ideally placed as the call, but not bad either.
It gives yellow a chance to make that very same shot.
Absolutely. Same shot, but maybe better. Get tucked in there in the fortress and protected.
It'll be really hard to remove.
It would be. Rocks away. Sweepers are on it relatively early, and there you go. Now they're going with some verve, some enthusiasm. We gotta hold this rock out just a little bit longer. Nice. Just past those guards, and will it dig in? Little defensive sweeping to draw it back. All right, freezing to the back there. I think it's second shot.
It is second shot, based on the overhead view.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Cool. And I lost all concept of what was going on down there in sheet A, so looks like it is a tie game on sheet A, 1-all. As long as we're doing updates on sheet C, we already talked about, of course, that is 2-1 in favor of Bucks County, assuming they're throwing the rocks they were assigned. And on sheet D, it is 2-0 for Perla Frodinga Dreaming over Team Sake. And since Topper is one of the coordinators of this event, I suspect they are shooting the rocks they were assigned.
I certainly hope so.
All right, this is the last vice rock for Team Virginia. To curl back just a little bit to get through that port. It's just a little wide at the moment. Got to move a little sideways. Get there, get there. Did not quite come over as far as they expected. Did not make it to the port. So now that's a guard. And red is sitting 2.
Red is sitting 2. They unintentionally promoted the red rock.
Yep. For those of you who are in the general area of the Potomac Curling Club here in Laurel, Maryland, also known as the National Capital Curling Center, we encourage you to come on out and do some in-person spectating if you'd like. Please bear in mind we do have a vaccination policy. You must be fully vaccinated with only very few exceptions, which are listed on our website. But please come and join us. Support the bar, buy some tickets for the raffle, enjoy the ambiance.
That is the Potomac Curling Club. Enjoy our ambiance. By the way, dinner is sushi.
Yeah. That is the traditional Saturday night at the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel dinner.
Yes, it is.
That's very exciting. It's always excellent. I like sushi. And bananas.
You like sushi? She likes sushi. Sorry, couldn't help it. All right, don't mind me. The camera operator is easily distracted. Okay.
Well, so is this broadcaster, so that's fine.
Oh, hey, Mrs. Dobbs. Now I can see this part. Now we can compare. Very nice. I like the engagement ring. Woohoo!
Thank you.
You betcha. Sorry, we went Sapphire.
In all events here, I am blinded by the jewelry on display here in the warm room in the broadcast booth, trying to bring my focus back to the curling ice.
Oh,
but we have
sorry.
shiny objects.
You do. It's very distracting.
All right. Please accept our apologies for that. We haven't seen each other often. We both should have went on mute for that, so sorry, folks.
No. It's part of the delight of our viewers and listeners is listening to the back chat here. At least I'd like to tell myself that, or else I'd never do this
Ever
webcast
again.
That said, there is curling to be had, and we are up to skip stones here on our featured sheet. Team Virginia has hammer and are currently facing a bunch of rocks in the house, only one of which is their own.
Yeah, what do you think the call is here? Do you think he's trying to pull off a draw, or is he trying to
do you think
do
it's
a little promote?
It's got to be a little
there?
bit of tap back action, I think, with that weight.
So.
I think they're
At
trying to
that
tap
ice?
that. I mean, with that ice, it's got to be at least like a little tap back. I don't think a draw is going to hold out.
I agree.
Unless they're trying to draw through that mythical port, which is quite tiny.
Does not exist.
Yeah, well, that's why I called it mythical. Let's see what we got here. This is very gentle tap weight, I think. The sweepers are striding along next to the rock, and now they're sweeping halfway down. Keeping an eye, putting their backs into it, and triceps, as those of us who sweep know. They were not able to hold it out, but they were trying for a plan B double tap to get the yellow in. It did not get things moved quite far enough. And now they've made that shot. They tried even harder. There's quite a lot of rocks in front of and in the house, but it's not particularly advantageous for Team Virginia at this moment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a party going on, Sheet B.
It is.
This is what I like to call a mess.
I'm sorry?
Mrs. Dobbs declares this a mess.
It's a mess.
Oh, okay.
This house is a mess.
And of course, I would call it a target-rich environment, but that's perhaps not as wise a choice of strategy at this point. Particularly since the team throwing is the one with shot rocks.
Oh, boy.
If you have shot rock, you love this. If you don't,
Yes.
you're running out of ports.
Indeed.
One, please, mentioning for those listening audience, we are not professionals.
This is an all-volunteer organization.
Completely volunteer.
And aren't you lucky, here we are, having volunteered. We're glad to be here. We're having fun, and we hope you are too. Thank you for tuning in to the Potomac Curling Club's webcast of the Cherry Blossom Bomb Spiel here in 2023.
And Mr. Dobbs just appeared on screen.
Oh, we're writing messages. What do we got?
Ooh, I'm not sure what they called, but what they got was more mess in front. But there's still a small port. Not sure if that was planned.
Oh. Very nice. Bobbie, who is not on the ice, is making sure her skip is well supplied with Diet Pepsi.
Ah, see? Volunteers.
Yay. Well, that is, I agree with your assessment of that being a mess. That's a lot of, lot of rocks.
Well,
I think they're looking at a double tap.
I was going to say, let's
take a
overhead.
I love that mess.
It's there. That one is also there.
Yeah, that one's dangerous because you could be tapping up red.
Yes.
The other one's
They're
tough because you
both
got
dangerous.
a red. Yeah.
The angles have to go perfectly or
They
you
do.
have some sadness.
I think that the one they're looking at now is a bit cleaner. There's less extra stuff.
Have a few more options here.
And also the angle at which it's tapping, I like it because there's more coverage on that.
Yes.
Our side, our right side of the sheet, as we're looking down the ice.
All right, it does look like this is what he's going to call. He's going to make that run back.
I want to see this. That would be a great shot. Also would help keep this game a little tighter.
Yep.
It's early days. Early days. All right, the rock's away. Sweepers are sweeping. Well, one sweeper is sweeping, holding this rock out. As Mr. Dobbs sweeping.
Oh.
Not quite the angles they needed there.
No. 2 red?
I
Or
believe
just 1?
so. I
2.
think it is 2.
I think it's 2.
All right.
We'll see what they hang, but for now we're going to go with 2 red. It's a steal of 2.
Do we have any others?
Okay. They hung the score.
Oh.
And claim the same.
I always appreciate when the team hangs the score quickly.
Me too.
And I put that 2 in the wrong spot.
Dave is saying that I should have spared for them instead of Michael.
Ah, well.
Okay, I think I corrected that. Sheet A is 1-1. Sheet B is 4-0. Yeah. C. Speaking of C, I cannot see.
Let me see what I can see on C.
C, 2 red, I can see that part. And over on D delta, that's 2 red. All right, so we can update that.
It looks like it is 2-1 on sheet C, I think.
Okay.
If that elbow moves. Yep,
That's what I got.
perfect. Did it well.
All right, showing the scores on your screen.
Over on sheet A, we are into Skip's rocks. They are either well ahead or well behind the other sheets. They're not well ahead or behind. I guess they're just a little behind. But they had a very busy end coming home in the second, so it took them a while to get that sorted out.
But that's my personal opinion. I just thought that we should have done the draw in this way, but also
Oh, okay. I was going to say, there's a reason. We cannot hear you, Mrs. Dobbs. Obviously, there's a reason.
Reasons.
I just got a question here in the warm room about whether or not they're playing the center line tick rule. Because
are
that
not.
red guard is on the center line, but okay, so they are not.
That's what I was told in the previous webcast.
I didn't think we would be. We haven't quite adopted that rule at the club level here just yet.
And in my opinion, it's a silly rule. I don't think it's needed, but I know.
It's only needed if nobody makes mistakes, and we know we make plenty of those.
What?
So some curling clubs have a tradition, which you have just seen demonstrated by some of the curlers on this ice, where if one person accidentally drops their broom, everybody else
Has to do the same.
does the same, which I, as I mentioned in the previous webcast, I am not a fan of. I believe it is disruptive, it is loud, it is rude, it could damage the ice, draws attention to the person who dropped it in the first place. I think, like all things in good spirit of curling, you should minimize anybody's embarrassment and just move along. Also, let's not damage our ice. But that's just me, and I am opinionated.
Actually, I thought it was kind of funny.
Well,
As long as you don't damage the ice.
I will allow you your own opinion, but I don't agree.
But I'm wrong. You can have your own opinion, Mrs. Klein, but you're wrong. Okay. I admit I am wrong.
How about our viewers? We have some people viewing this. We got 33 people. Okay, one of them is me. So if anybody else has an opinion on this whole broom drop thing, I'd love to hear it. And in the meanwhile, we'll update you on the sheets here. We've got Skip's rocks. We're down to the last 2 rocks here on sheet A. And currently, I can't see who's sitting what, but I bet you Mrs. Dobbs, because...
Red is sitting 3 on sheet A.
Whew,
wow.
okay. And they
And
also
has
have hammer. Yeah.
This, okay, it did.
On our featured sheet B, yellow is currently shot behind a guard, but there are 2 scary red rocks just sitting in there making stress happen for Team Virginia. On sheet C, we've got a couple of yellow rocks in the house, and it looks like a red one is about to tap something. Let's see. So we still have 2 yellow sitting shot and second shot here, but now red has a 12-foot half-on rock at the top of the house. And on sheet D, there is a red rock in the house. There you go. In process.
Oh, wow.
It's an exciting recap.
Oh, is it just, wow.
Bobbie from Team Virginia finds it much more stressful here in the warm room than it would be on the ice. And she doesn't even have a microphone.
At least not yet.
Oh, that's true. We got spares. Do you want to join us on mics?
Here we go. We got one.
Do you want to join us on the mic?
Yeah, since we lost Jamie.
We did seem to lose Jamie.
He got distracted. Something shiny.
All right, we've got more voices here.
I may take Jamie's chair then,
Yes, please. Jump in.
but we're all tangled wire-wise,
Oh.
so I'm going to need to scoot things.
You want me to scoot?
Here you go.
Wait. I'll scoot
I
down.
untangled them this morning. It took about 5 minutes. No, I'm serious.
That's because we're braiding them right now, before your very eyes.
There we go.
Oop, hit the wrong rock. Bump the yellow.
All right, you're in charge of the chat room now.
I think
Yellow
we've all
is
got
still-
it sorted out now.
Yellow
Right.
is still shot.
We have a new commentator. Welcome to Bobbie, who is a member of Team Virginia, but was unable to play in this game, which
Yeah.
is why my husband is out there sparing, sweeping for the first time in a long time.
Is this a comment on his housework?
No, no. This is a comment on his normally being a skip. He's not one of the regular people.
He's not regular?
We have we have a Roomba to do all the actual housework.
Oh.
What do you call your Roomba?
His name is Sunny.
Sunny. Nice.
That's a nice name.
He's named after the robot from iRobot.
Perfect.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't think I could have a Roomba. My cats, I don't think they would go for that.
Oh. Well, actually, either that or they jump on top of it and take a ride.
And then you put them in a shark suit. I've seen that video. All right, we have the final rock coming down on sheet A right now.
What we do?
And that is Roanoke Valley having hammer.
Okay, trying to switch
And
to
they are
sheet.
trying to do a straight hit for 3. And they made contact with their target, but rolled a bit far, maybe. I think,
1, maybe 2.
yeah, I agree. It's 1, maybe 2, but we can't really see as well. Oh, there's the overhead. I love that. Thank you.
Yep.
I'd say 1, probably.
Switch to it quickly.
Maybe 2. Maybe 2.
My iRobot is Robbie, says Mr. Cowan.
All right.
I didn't realize you had to name it.
You don't have to, but why wouldn't you?
Oh, okay. I thought it was kind of like an Alexa thing, so never mind.
In my household, we call our Amazon devices Brenda, so they don't respond when we talk about them.
Brenda?
Yes, if we want to say, hey, is your Brenda working well today? Or I wish Brenda would stop reminding you about this. I told her not to.
Okay, they're going to do a measurement over on A. That's why you see the...
Well, no wonder we're sitting here going back and forth, going 1, maybe 2. I don't
Yes.
feel so bad now.
No, as you see the... usually there could be 2.
What was 1 measuring for 2, I believe?
Well, 2... I'm drawing a blank on the name of the word. Sweeper. As you see right now, there's only 1. Usually there's 2. I've seen
Oh, the brooms?
brooms. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
They
I
really
was like,
don't need
sweepers,
any.
front end? I don't know.
They really don't need any to make this happen. In fact, I don't enjoy having extra equipment on the ice when you're going to do a measure. So hopefully somebody will
Well,
swoop that out of the way.
Yeah, okay,
I
so
also
we
prove that
are...
they are cooling off the measuring stick before bringing it into the house, as is only appropriate.
Very important.
It is.
They did, however, place this measuring device down center first. If you place the outside first, it's a whole lot easier to handle.
It
The
is.
outside is larger.
And when you lift it up, though, you should lift from the middle first so that you don't pry out the center
Yes.
of the ice.
In
These
case-
measuring tips brought to you by the Potomac Curling Club.
In case
who have
all of
seen
you
it
at
all.
home were wondering, I believe FL and I are both certified curling officials.
I think I may have expired.
I mean,
I mean, not me
I may have
personally,
too.
but my
Yes.
officiating shops are
certification.
no longer valid.
You're,
I think the first time I had to do a measure was when we played at the Kaiser, and that's where I learned that you need to pull it off first, which totally makes sense, but it's one of those things you don't really think about until it's happening.
Well, I do have to say, in an earlier draw, it was sheet C doing a measurement. And, yeah, well, I won't go back there. But
Were there some technical problems? Some technique issues?
okay, technical difficulty there. Sorry.
And I have no idea what happened with the measure because I wasn't watching. We were talking.
We'll have to wait till they hang a score. Well,
Yeah.
we already knew red scored
Right,
at
so the
least
fact that
one,
red is in the
so
hack doesn't
this
help
does
me.
not give us any information.
That's correct. That's okay. We'll figure it out a little bit later.
All right. Well, we'll give them one for now.
We do have a tie game on sheet C now. In the third end, the yellow team took one that was curled down for what? So now it's a tie game at 2 each on sheet C. Oh, I guess I could look there instead of there. Hi. I'm learning. Hey, we got tech here. It's cool.
Yeah. After a while, the scores would disappear. It does it all on its own.
There.
Someone is not turning them off.
So it's not user error, is what you're saying.
Yes, correct.
Okay. A little hit, and it
See?
may be too much of a roll here on sheet C.
Change cameras.
All right, on sheet A, red just hung 2.
Okay.
So-
the measure was for 2.
The measure was for 2. Red won the measure.
Oh, right on our feature sheet here, that takeout almost split the uprights. Little tick in the back, but did not do what they were anticipating when they called that shot.
So if I'm correct, Roanoke is 3. Last minute entry is 1.
That is correct. I agree. I'm not surprised.
Ooh.
It's surprisingly chilly when you're on this side of the divider. You think warm room, you think it'll be warm, but then you sit still and talk about curling and other things like bananas and robots.
And getting your skip Diet Pepsi.
And then you get a little chilly. That's okay. I'm wearing my big, warm, wearable blanket.
Yes, you
That
are.
does
looks
look
very
really
cozy.
comfortable.
It's
Very
super cozy.
So don't leave it sitting on its own and walk away.
Noted.
No.
This is the official outfit of my book club when we meet on our Zoom calls. Everybody's got different colored wearable blankets.
And by the way, for those listening who have never been here before, taking someone else's stuff is not something that happens here. No.
Definitely not in the spirit of curling.
No, and you don't also like mock another player, especially if they're on the other team. Not at all. It's all good natured.
Always.
I mean, if the opposing team makes a great shot, you are
You
more
tell
than
them.
welcome to clap and say, great shot.
I generally do.
And that's the spirit of curling. Here to have fun.
A lot of times you really just want to see a good shot, and
I
if
always
it
wanna see a good
happens
shot.
against you, that's at
sucks,
least you
but
were
yeah.
there.
Exactly. You'll remember it for sure.
You can talk about it. Yeah, like that Hunter Carlson shot that I think discussed earlier this morning. So
Here's
Looks like a really nice draw
beautiful
here.
draw here.
Very nice.
That
like
leaves,
I mean, I am a little biased, but you know.
well, yes. That leaves Team Virginia sitting 3? 3 at the moment.
what? Well, at least from this angle, it looks 3.
I think it is. We're going for it. 3.
At least 2, for sure.
Always
No,
have to
I think
be-
it's clearly 3.
Yeah.
Looking at the overhead.
Oh,
Yeah, I concur.
looking over on sheet Delta, looks like they have a nice crowded house over there.
They do have a big pile of rocks.
There's still room for more.
There is.
And there's still time to blow it up.
Again, target-rich environment. I love this. Except I don't, because that means there's too many rocks against me in the house. Yikes. Sheet C has a nice draw going on here for 2. Draw for 2 on sheet C.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, took away the possible 3.
No, now there's an open draw for 3. Here on sheet B, our featured sheet. So currently, Team Virginia is sitting 2 with the hammer yet to come. They have a pretty wide open draw, but they do have to get to the forefront to try to score 3 here. Which would put them right back in this game. Dobbs immediately calls all there. How do you feel about the fact that we call your husband Dobbs?
I'm used to it at this point.
Okay.
When I met him, everyone called him Dobbs. Like that, he was introduced to me as Dobbs.
Well, that was just a little bit wide, and so it didn't work out to get the 3, but they certainly got their 2.
Got their 2.
Get on the board and get things moving here. Updating the scoreboards. By we, I mean our wonderful operator today.
Yeah.
Fantastic work. They have not yet hung the score over on the scoreboard on sheet C, but I'm fairly sure that was 2 for Bucks County, but we'll see. We'll let them hang it first, and then we'll update. All right, I think we are up to the Hammerstone over on sheet Delta.
Okay.
There is a lot of stuff in that house over there. It is, I think, yellow might be sitting 1. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I think that they're going to go through the port. Yep, they're going to go through the port, hit their own red stone to take out that yellow stone, and then score a bunch is the goal. I like the call. I'd like to see the shot.
I'll do my best.
No, I meant them, not you.
Of course not.
You got it down. You're cooking with fire over there. Or electricity of some sort, I don't know. Maybe not fire.
Gas.
I think this is all powered by electricity.
Yes.
If this was gas powered, I would have concerns.
Yeah, and thank God Ken Clark is here because...
Although he's curling at the moment, but Ken
Yes.
Clark is the wizard of the web for us.
Okay, there's still...
All right, here comes that sheet sheet D, Delta, the other edge.
There we are.
The rock is away.
It wouldn't switch cameras.
One sweeper is on, the other one is jogging, encouragingly.
All right, switch
Trying to
views
move this over a
quickly.
little.
Oh, no,
They
no.
just clipped those guards. So it is 1 yellow. Steal a 1.
Sorry, the cameras got backwards.
It's okay.
Sometimes that encouragement can make a real difference when you're sweeping.
All right, so that was 1.
That was a steal of 1. 1 yellow. So that should make it a tie game. 2 all. I think. One, two, three. Yeah, that was the fourth end, right? On sheet D, in the first end, red scored 1, and then they stole 1 in the second. In the third end, yellow scored 1, and then they stole 1 in the second. Or the fourth.
Okay.
On the evens. Evens have been stealing ends on sheet D.
Okay, back to B.
I do like the Diamond State Curling Club logo with the diamond with the handle on it. I think that is pretty sexy.
Yep.
It is pretty cool. I saw someone earlier that had a shirt that looked like a serpent or snake wrapped making a stone.
Oh, that's
Which is really
cool. All right, on our featured sheet, we are in the seconds rocks. That's fun to add all those extra S's.
That's for the snakes, right?
Yes.
Stones.
That probably doesn't translate as well to our listening audience as we would like.
And we have a lot of guards.
Lots of guards.
Yep.
And no stones in the house.
Oh, there's a biter, a yellow biter on sheet B as in boy.
Oh,
Yes.
It's a flob.
it's way over there on the edge.
We all know what a flob is,
yeah.
right?
But no, what's a flob? Please
A
explain.
freaking lousy outside biter.
Ah.
That would
I'm
be a
not a fan of
flob.
those.
Flob.
I hate stones just hanging around to get back to literally bite you.
Right? I didn't even see it because it got cut
Right, I
off
didn't either.
in our warm room view.
And by the way, you don't necessarily have to use the word freaking for that first part of flob. But
Family show.
family show.
Fill in whichever word you would like.
That's correct. It's
Oh, hey, but yellow's sitting too.
indeed.
Ta-da.
All right. Lots of rocks in play on the fast-moving sheet C. All business all the time. I hope they're having fun having business.
It's like when you have a mullet, you know, business in the front, front's in the back, right?
Absolutely.
Well, you should have been watching the Aussie rules football
Oh,
in
yeah?
the warm room. There were 2 players evidently that had really nice looking mullets.
I did see that.
I was just like, wow.
I appreciate a good mullet. You know.
They
My favorite NASCAR driver used to have one.
they have become trendy again.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure why, but I don't question these things.
What NASCAR driver was that?
Noah Gregson. So he just came up from Xfinity to Cup. So
Okay.
That was a nice draw with a slight little tap here on our featured sheet.
Red sitting one.
for red. Yep. Jinx.
And another guard.
I call that the guard to guard.
Yeah, we're kind of heavy on the left.
We are tilting a little to the left, that's true.
it looks like the Diamond State skip is calling for something on the opposite side of the sheet. So we'll see how this goes.
He's probably going to draw back under that pile, though, and they'll all still be on the left.
See how far it tilts, though.
Yes, that is a question. How far will it curl? It's always the question. And you know, from here in the worm room, it's easy to say, oh, that's too much ice. But that's not necessarily true.
I do not think that was too much ice.
No.
Well, it's curling
Although,
nicely, but it
that
might
may have
still
been too
hang
much
out.
weight.
Well, I don't know. It's coming down. I just think it's a little too much weight.
That's
just a tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah.
To the back of the house with it, with some defensive sweeping.
It is still second shot.
It is.
Actually, it is first shot.
It is counting. As are you, evidently.
Are we back to math again?
Everything comes back to math.
Right? Math is everywhere. Did you watch the show Numbers? We all use math every day.
Speaking of numbers, there's an inordinate number of rocks in play on sheet A.
Yeah.
There is, I mean,
Yes.
that's a lot of rocks. We are down to,
I see 2 rocks left to throw and 2 rocks that have made their way out of the house. So we are at
Hey.
12.
so this is,
A very nice draw.
is this the hammer?
Oh, hey, that was
This is the
that was
hammer.
beautiful.
Yeah.
This is
On A, sorry.
Oh, I was looking on
I'm
B's
sorry, I'm looking on
house.
A because there's all those rocks. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
you are correct. This is hammer. I had counted one of
it. They need
B's
to
rocks.
get it a little further than it is, so it's just going to be 1 point for last minute entry. Came up a little short on their jaw, despite
Okay.
the sweeper's best efforts.
Okay, so again,
Do you think
yellow,
it's because I tried it at the last minute?
yellow 1 on sheet A.
They
They may have misread the speed of that shot, or the speed of the ice, but that's okay.
That happens.
It does. It's a tricky game.
I mean, last minute entry was indeed a last minute entry, but they are not last minute curlers. They have all been around for quite a while. They are
Experienced and
not who you want to run into.
they are
They're not
canny.
to be taken for granted, for sure.
I will say that Mr. Dobbs appears to be a bit winded.
As I said, he doesn't get a lot of practice at sweeping.
That can change. You can change that. You have the power, Mrs. Dobbs.
For the record, that was FL giggling, not Mrs. Dobbs. I wouldn't want you to get in trouble later if there's any review of this incriminating discussion.
Oh, he already knows.
All right, so this is the first of the skip stones here on our featured sheet. Dave Zimmerman for Team Virginia. He is trying to join that party in the middle of the house. He already has 1 shot rock dead on the button. He's trying to, I suspect, trying to guard it up or cozy up to it if it goes a little heavy. And they're calling for the guard, but it's gonna just keep on sliding to the top of the house maybe. Yep, you know, I always think the best guard is another point. That's a lovely shot.
Nothing wrong with that.
As you
I mean,
say,
yes, they called for the guard, but I like that shot even more.
This is better.
As we say,
It's in
I don't
front
hate it.
of the tee. It
Yes.
is well
I don't
protected
hate
by
it.
other guards. I think it's a fine, fine shot, and I applaud it.
Yes.
What she said.
If you hear a skip say, I don't hate it, that means, it can mean a lot of things, but usually it means that's better than what I actually called it. On the other hand, if your skip says, I don't love it, it's not as good.
Yeah, I had one of those yesterday before I had to bow out for medical reasons. It was, oh no, oh, okay. It's good. Don't hate it.
When I started curling many, many years ago, mumble years ago, I always enjoyed curling with Derek Circa, who I don't believe is actively curling anymore, but He was a formative curler for me, and he was always so delightful and polite, and you would throw the worst little corner guard that wasn't supposed to be a guard at all, and he'd say, "We can use that." Which was his very polite way of saying, "Oh my God, what a sticker. Could you try to make the shot I call?" But no, he was very, very generous and kind. Always the epitome of the spirit of curling. Thank you, Derek Circa. I doubt you're listening, but you were formative in my early curling days. Formative to my early curling days? Either way, lovely fellow.
It's a good question.
He played a part in your curling journey.
He did. So every now and again when I'm playing with a newer curler and they give me a crap shot, every now and again I channel my inner Circa. They can use that. This is Dave Zimmerman's last shot. It is not the hammer. That right goes to team. How do we decide to pronounce this? Because I mangled it every time.
Oh, no. Hufe.
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with pronunciations. On the other hand, you're curling great.
You can always just call them red and yellow.
Okay. Perfect. Well, in that case, the red hammer rock is staged by the hack, quivering in anticipation of trying to draw some sort of victory from this challenging setup if you are red.
I think
On the other
the
hand,
ice maker might be a little troubled if the rock was quivering, though.
maybe it was just the sweepers that were quivering. I don't know if it was anticipation or tiredness, though. They've been sweeping. Liking the high tops. Those are very cool.
It does have custom Diamond State curling shoes. They have the Diamond State logo on the side.
Oh, spiffy. All right, that rock is away. I was just distracted by the shoes. The sweepers are hovering, ready to jump into action. There they go. They're sweeping on the same side of rock, trying to hold it out just a little bit more, but they are not able to.
All over that guard. I think that was enough to give yellow 3. That may be measurable, though.
I believe you might be correct. That looks like it is. Yep.
That red rock in the back is.
No, look at this overhead. I think it's. Well, they
Yep,
moved it. So
They
they've
moved
agreed
it.
on
They
something.
must have agreed.
Whatever they've agreed upon, that was a good end for yellow.
Yes.
And it is now a tie game. They've hung 2. Tie game after 5, coming towards the warm room in the 6th. That's our featured sheet, of course. On sheet A, we have a very close game. It is 3-2 in favor of red, which is team, forgotten already, Roanoke Valley.
The other Virginia team.
Yes, Team Roanoke Valley is up 3-2 after, wait, have they hung a score? Am I confused? Nope, that they did. After 4. So they're a full end behind? No, they're a half an end behind.
They're a little bit behind.
That's okay.
It happens.
We do have a clock here, and that's no harm, no foul. When the clock runs out, the teams will simply finish the end they're on. So if they don't get 8 in, well, that's okay. But they might. Sheet C, there was a big end for yellow in the 5th. And they are now winning 6-4. I know you have all those up already. I just, Whew. There's a lot of sweeping for a really beautiful guard. backs away. Sweepers are on it, trying to hold it out and drag it further. They've called for the draw into the house. They would like to turn this into a stealing opportunity. Break that tie in their favor.
It looks like it's not quite there.
Well, that's okay. Nothing wrong with some center line guards when you do not have the hammer.
We can work with that. That's what they're thinking.
We can use that.
We can use
I don't hate
we can
it.
use that. I don't hate it. We can use it.
Oh,
Speaking of guards, we did not get a lot of commentary and opinions on the centerline tick rule. So sadly, there's very little debate to be had.
I mean,
I'm not a fan of it at this level.
Well, certainly not at this level.
Not at this level.
But
we don't need it.
Yeah, at a higher level, I'm torn on it because on one hand, you have people like, Lisa Weagle who mastered the tick shot, which is really cool. But on the other hand, I personally, for me, I love to see rocks flying all over the place. So
Exactly.
I'm team takeout. So
I find the tick rule is just more stuff to keep track of. Just let them play.
yeah,
And adding yet another limitation on play is kind of, I understand. But man.
I think it's more geared for TV to make
It's definitely for TV, that's for sure.
Well, if they showed more curling on United States TV, I might care more.
I concur.
I mean, I personally love a good, clean, blank end. It's really satisfying to watch, but I realize that's not what
TV wants?
TV wants.
Yes, I know. I agree.
Well, with the number of guards we have out on the feature sheet, we might see
have
one.
5 guards at the moment.
It's a lot of guards.
It is. In fact, it's all guard all the time at the moment. Every rock that is in play is a guard. Bobbie is sending messages to the ice. She's written a sign and has put it in the window that says, "Need more guards."
We'll see how long it takes them to notice.
We'll see if they still have guards where they do. Okay, so we do have a comment about the tick roll.
Tick rule is good for competitive levels, but it would punish bad curling at this level. Most ticks are whoops. That is very accurate.
I concur.
Every tick shot I've ever made has been by accident.
I did one on purpose once, and I felt so like I was a pro. So speaking of things that were whoops, I see that Dave Zimmerman was repositioning a rock that was inadvertently moved on the sheet. And, you're guided by the spirit of curling on that. The skip that was offended against puts it where he thinks it was, and we move along. Easy peasy.
I have not ever done a tick shot, but I have had one played against. Actually, last year at the Cherry Blossom, we played, I think it was Parental Army. And I was like, wow, I feel honored that someone played a tick shot against me.
That's actually a really good reframing at this level. If somebody,
because it was intentional.
if somebody makes a tick shot against you, that means you made a really good guard.
That's right.
It's a compliment.
Absolutely. I like that way of looking at it.
I mean, they had combined over 100 years of curling experience. We had 13. So I was like, all right. That means we're in this. Well, even a little bit.
Reminds me of a bonspiel I once went to in actually Pittsburgh. It was when they still did not have dedicated ice, and it was a summer spiel, and the I think the CO2 sensor had gone off on the overnight, and the lure opened, and all the warm, humid July air had come in and melted the ice somewhat. And so then when we got back on the ice, there was still a bit of standing water. It was a challenge to play. So what happened was, in that draw, the draws that were affected by the skim of water on top of the ice, there were some teams that advanced that perhaps should have not, and there were some teams that did not advance that perhaps should have, and it made for some uneven curling come Sunday. And I wound up playing on a team against a team from Canada. No, I'm sorry, the Midwest up north, and they...
So Lower Canada?
Yes. So they came out when it was time to play. One person came out, shook our hands, threw his 2 rocks and sat on the penalty bench with his beer. And then a second person came out and shook our hands and threw his 2 rocks and sat on the penalty bench. And then the third one came out and shook our hands and threw his 2 rocks. And then the fourth person came out and threw the skip stones and joined his friends on the bench, except for when they had to wrangle some rocks back. And we shook after 4 because they cleaned our clocks. And we went back inside the worm room and we were done.
I totally thought that story was going to go a different way, that you beat the Canadians,
Oh,
or
no,
the
no.
Midwesterners.
They
because of
slaughtered us while drunk. Only one person on the ice at a time while sitting in the penalty box. It was highly entertaining. And only our just desserts, because we did not deserve to be there. That was all back to the ice issues. But it was very entertaining.
It's probably fun to broomstack.
They were great broomstackers. I actually had to stick around for the finals because I drank too much. I couldn't drive for a while, but that's okay.
Better to not drive.
I enjoyed the finals. It was great. And they went on to win whatever semi-final event we were in, like the G event or something. I don't know. It was great. But fun.
Oh, really nice draw there.
Very much so.
I can definitely say I've been part of teams who've beaten other teams we probably should not have, because we played regularly on not so great arena ice, and we're used to adapting to poor ice conditions.
There is something to be said for your ice reading ability when you played on non-regulation curling ice.
It's true.
Yes. I'm really happy that I learned to curl on arena ice, and I am also really happy that I now can curl here and have more consistent conditions.
No, I get that. The first time I ever played on really fast ice was here, and I had like 0 idea what to do with it because everything was just going through. I can't. I mean,
dial it in that much. Here's a nice hit weight, speaking of things that are thrown overhand.
It does become really challenging because you know what to do to give it more, but less is hard.
Yes, that's my problem.
Less is hard, but
it's like I'm giving less, but it's still too much because when I first started curling, I had a really abbreviated delivery because you just had to sort of like chuck it in order to get it to the other end. Negative ice. So you got the fall to the wall, and
Yes, and so for those of you who don't know, I also started curling at the Curling Co. of Virginia, and it was during the summer, and we hadn't at that time didn't even have a refrigerator for the rocks, so the rocks were coming in warm. And so what I learned was how to throw as hard as I possibly can.
Yep.
And I still struggle with the down weight takeouts, like hack weight. That always gets in my head.
Yeah.
I'm happy to throw peel.
Yes. If you need to remove stones from play, I've got you. If you need a draw to the button, I'm sorry, I'm out.
I've developed the draws by playing here. It's those. It's that middle ground.
Yeah. I have 3 weights and they're all hits.
All right, so there is a target-rich environment here, and we are about to see a decent weight hit thrown. Speaking of up weight,
all right.
The goal here is to move a bunch of yellow rocks, and we'll see how this shakes out. Here on our featured sheet, it is a tie game after 5 ends, 4 points each. Red does have the hammer. This is not it. It is, however, an upweight hit that's coming very near to its target.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yes.
Very nice.
Double takeout. What a pretty shot. Well done.
2 yellows sitting
and rolls
button adjacent
cover.
behind a guard.
Woo! That was a sweet shot.
I'm biased, but I've got to admit that was a great hit.
Yeah. It was. Very nice. I'm cheering them, but they're not looking. That's okay.
I guess I have to take down my sign now about needing more guards.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. All right. We are down to the hammer here on sheet C as in Charlie. There was an attempted move to get to the middle. It did not work out, so that is a steal of 1 on sheet Charlie, which is the
Yes,
curl
I
down
agree
for
with Richard.
what?
That was a
Team.
well done hit.
That was indeed a well done hit. Ooh, it looks like we're taking one of the guards, so
Oh, opened it up.
yeah. Have a path now. But red does have one more rock first.
Indeed.
And they're gonna put it back.
I like this call.
So meanwhile, on sheet A, there is nothing in the house. I think they must have just started the next end.
It looks like they
Yeah.
just started the 6th. We're having a tight game over there. There's been one score of 2, but the rest have been 1s.
The rock's away. The sweepers are sweeping. Is on our feature sheet, trying to put up a beautiful guard, and they're going to get it in just a nice spot there. Well done. Very nice.
There is the slightest opening here.
There he is. If you're going to stick around, you need to get to the nose of that or come down with such controlled weight that you don't roll very far.
Yes.
Which way would you do that?
So I would
I'm coming down with controlled weight.
I would go up weight.
Yeah.
You have to
it
get
ain't-
through that
yeah.
port.
That's a super tight port there. I didn't see that one rock because there's a person in my way. Now I've tilted
Yes.
to the side, and I see.
But there's not really another shot
I
Yeah.
agree. You
to
gotta go for
take.
it.
Like
It's got weight.
you're
It's
not
got
you're not
sweeping,
going to hurt anything if he hits one of these guards.
which he is.
The guard is cleared. It's gone. Probably. You're not going to give up an extra point.
Just flashed.
So there was not really a lot of downside
True.
to that
absolutely.
shot.
Very true. Well, now they've got an open hit for 3 on the red team. I believe this is Hammer.
This is Hammer.
It is hammer time.
Hammer time.
And both teams are too legit to quit, so we'll just have to see what happens.
There are, once again, many, many rocks in play on sheet D, Delta. They've been very busy over there. But a defensive sweeping from one of our bomb spill coordinators. Gave it a little encouragement and sails out the back. Ooh,
Oh, no!
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like the rock was burnt. I don't know if the cameras necessarily caught it, but
I did.
that was
Yeah.
an unfortunate way to finish the end, but
Yeah.
that was
Rough.
only one for red.
Yep.
One red? Oh, I thought there were 2. I'm sorry.
well, we'll see what they hang.
It was one because they were going after the yellow.
That's
that was
right.
second shot.
You were correct. Yes, Mr. Cowan, exactly. And oh no, happened.
Nobody likes to.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to have that.
I mean, even when your opponent, when it happens to your opponent, you still don't want that.
So one red.
I will say every time I've been curling, anytime anyone has fallen down, burnt a rock or not, the first reaction I always see from everyone is, "Are
you
okay?"
Yeah.
And it's always the person who fell who has to be like, "Keep playing." So
Yes.
I really do appreciate that about this sport and the people who play it.
Trying to verify the scores I have up there.
Let me see what I got here for you. So on sheet A, red has 4 and yellow has 2.
Got it.
On our featured sheet, they have not yet hung that score. Now they have, it is red 5, yellow 4.
Got it.
On sheet Charlie, it is yellow 7 and red 4.
Really?
Yes, that's a 4. And on sheet Delta, I've got red has 3 and yellow has 2.
Yes. Okay. So sheet C has not finished, but they're on the next end. So we need a score hung, or was it a? Huh.
Maybe they're,
It's behind the skip
I thought I,
in the back.
oh, okay.
Oh, of course.
It's always a skip. Oh.
Yes, it's 6 to 4. Okay.
6 yellow.
Yep, 6 yellow. 7 yellow. They got 1 in the 6th. 7 yellow.
I already have 7 yellow.
Okay. There's in seat Charlie. You'd think it would be an easy task to keep track of the scores with the scoreboards, but
It's
to be
not.
honest, there's a lot of people in the way, and we are not that tall.
And sometimes teams forget to
I mean,
hang it.
speak for yourselves.
Oh, shush.
I am not that tall.
I am not that tall.
We'll just put
I'm a little
Mrs.
too tall.
Dobbs in
tall
charge
are
of score updates for me.
I'm 5'9", which is just
That's
like for
not
women,
too
it's on the tall
I'm
side.
5'7", so
It-
it's not that.
Just makes it harder to buy pants.
Gravity's been
That's
rough.
true.
I'm getting shorter.
Yeah, entropy is everywhere.
My last year of 5 and unders, I did manage to put together a women's team where I was the shortest one, and it was quite exciting.
That is
Impressive.
I'm sorry, but I do not feel your pain. I'm under.
You've never tried on a dress and said, "Oh, this is a shirt." This doesn't happen to you? Happens to me all the
Happened
time.
to
no,
me, but
I-
for a different reason.
the opposite. I try on a shirt and go, "Oh, this is a dress."
Yeah, but
So-
at least you're wearing clothes at that point.
Yeah. Opposite problem.
So Richard says he hopes this club has concussion protocol in place.
Oh.
to do it. And Belinda,
And-
Mindy
yep,
responded.
Mindy.
We do.
We do indeed have concussion protocol.
Thank you, Mindy.
Very
Luckily,
important.
this fall was not a head-related incident. She just fell on her side. So
Yeah, but concussions are definitely no joke.
No.
I suffered one last year, so I'm speaking from personal experience.
That's okay. I took her. Oh, no, he left. Anyway, a friend of mine who was here earlier, worked here Thursday, Friday, and worked a number of hours today, saw a terrific fall that I took one time. I fell forward.
So you pulled a goose shoe.
Yeah, and the way he said it, that things moved around, he still laughs at me. But
Do you remember that? I think it was it was either at Worlds or the Briar. Brad Gooshu fell forward and he
Oh,
hit
yeah.
his head on a
And
ride.
kinda got stitches and
bleeding.
came
Yeah,
back.
he left, got stitches and came back.
I was very impressed, yes. So on sheet
That's what
D
hockey
Delta,
players
we're about
do
to see a
that.
bunch of rocks move, I think. At least if they can get through this little port. But red is throwing and trying to move some granite. So here comes D Delta, where there's lots of rocks, both guards and in the house. Oh, I lied. It's not coming with nearly so much zhuzh as I thought it was. Okay then. lied.
Yeah, they were
Not on
just
purpose.
throwing a guard.
I thought for sure that the way they set that up, they were waxing granite.
I would have smashed something.
Anytime I'm given the option, I'm going for the smash.
That's fair.
Didn't change the house.
It's just so satisfying, you know? You
It
see
really
the
is.
rocks move, and you got the, no, yeah, it's great.
But I will say that was how I knew I was ready to start skipping. My skip asked, would you rather hit this or make this draw? And I picked the draw. So I knew I had somehow matured as a curler.
Well, to be fair, there are hitting skips, though. Like, Terry Anderson is one. Yeah.
Yes. But to be able to see, like, oh, that's actually the better shot right here.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That was more.
Yeah.
That was your point. Okay.
That was the important part. I'd always rather smash something.
It is satisfying.
See, I can see that the draw is a better strategy, but it's not always. I'm not always as consistent with draws versus hits.
Second.
Excuse me.
We haven't had ice in Virginia since the pandemic, basically. And now that we can get it, the ice has gone from I think 125 an hour. No, 175 an hour to 525. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's a little crazy. So we've been curling through bomb spieling.
That's wow.
So it's hard to find consistent frames of reference
Yes.
when
You don't get a
everywhere
lot
you
of
go is
same
different.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a summer league.
All right.
Crossing our fingers, but yeah.
That's good. I mean, I understand because I curled there too.
Yeah. You get it.
It was.
Yeah.
We curled in the summer, and then fall hits, and suddenly don't have ice anymore, and all you can do is go to a lot of bonspiels.
Yep.
Well, thank heavens that there's enough curling in the, East
Area.
Coast area to make it attainable, even
Yes.
if you do have to bond to be able to get there.
Between here and
Exactly.
Triangle.
Lots of
Yeah.
driving.
Mm-hmm.
Much easier to drive to Triangle than here, but
We're glad you're here.
thank you. I'm glad to be here. I always enjoy this spieling here.
Thank you. And our food's decent. Not that it's not decent anywhere else.
Well,
but
and also you take my allergies into consideration, so I am forever grateful.
happy to do it.
We definitely take pride in the food at our bonspiels here. So for those of you who are watching at home, sign up for Cherry Blossom next year. The food is great.
It is. Or Embassy Row.
Or Embassy Row.
Or the,
Yeah.
the
Which
glitter
is in the
spills
fall.
Here, right? Glitter bomb is here.
Exactly. So Embassy Row is in the fall. It's themed around a country. We'll pick a country. We haven't chosen next year's yet, but then all of our food will be themed from that country. We have the glitter bonspiel, which is also in the fall. That's our first bonspiel of the year. That one is a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Highly
Very
recommend.
fun. I will be at that one. Actually. I've already got my team set. We just
Oh,
I-
registered.
yay.
I highly recommend all of our bonspiels. They are all great. I actually met my husband at a bonspiel here, so that happened. That was our MC Row bonspiel, the very first one.
Nice.
My husband doesn't curl.
We will also, I believe, be hosting the women's JNCC 5 and under next year.
I believe that's right.
Hey.
Yeah.
So everyone should come play at our bonspiels.
I concur.
Yeah. Come for the food. Stay for the curling.
Come for the food, stay for the food, curl on the side. It's fine.
Wow.
And feel free to grab a headset and join us in the webcasting booth.
That's right.
Please.
We
Please.
have been known to bring in whoever's standing around.
Yeah. Instead of making signs and asking side questions, they're like, "Do you want to head inside?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'm in."
There you go. Yeah. Actually, where's the 5th headset? It's got to be around here somewhere. I see. Well, maybe there is only 4.
I think that's just
Yeah, we can
four.
try unbraiding the cords and see what turns up.
Oh, hey, that'll be something we can talk to Ken about.
I think it's just 4. That's plenty, I think.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 mics are the ice mics, right?
Yes, that is correct. But I don't think we've used those in a while.
They're on.
They are on?
Not
Oh,
like
no.
the skips
Oh,
mics.
yes,
I mean
the skips mics we
ambient
haven't
noise
used in a while.
is out there.
Probably
I
a
think
good
we had
thing.
some. I think we had some issues
Depending on
with
who's
them.
skipping.
Well, it's more that they'll fall off and
The batteries
Get
die
in the
because of
way.
the cold.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But yes, we do have ambient sound from inside.
So I've definitely had some games where it's like I should not be mic'd.
Oh, I definitely have played with some skips who, when they were mic'd, tried to say
Ooh, nice
the
draw.
weirdest things possible. It was a
That
good
was
time.
an excellent draw around there by the yellow team, Team
What?
Virginia.
Curling's happening.
I know. I'm trying to bring us back to curling.
Back to curling.
Oh, good Lord.
There are, again, a lot of guards in play on the feature
Oh.
sheet. 2 yellows in those.
I think every sheet has had just a ton of rocks in play. And that's very exciting curling to watch.
It is. Normally, not every game ends up like that.
But it has been very consistent across all 4 sheets of ice in this draw. Just tons and tons of rocks in play.
It does also tend to result in a little bit of a slower play because you just have a lot more stuff to deal with.
And to be fair, we started the
so-
clock a little late on this, so they got a bonus 10 minutes or so.
Oh, well, there you go. So they might make it to the 8th end after all.
So I love the Diamond State skips shoes, but I'm wondering like how that would actually lead to curl and high tops.
Right. I think
I
that's
feel like
gotta
I
be
would break my
challenging.
ankles somehow, even though they're supposed to be supportive. But
I agree with you. I think the slide would be challenging in high tops.
Yeah.
But it seems to be working for him.
yeah,
They must be broken in sufficiently.
have to be.
Ooh, nice draw on sheet alpha. Maybe a little deep. Oh, no, it's
stopped.
It's sitting.
Deeper than she wanted, I think, but
Yeah.
it's shot.
Good shot.
That one curled nicely.
As you say, we can use it. I donated. We can use it.
They can use it.
They were a last-minute entry, but you certainly can't count them out.
Okay. Well, a little bit of discussion going on here.
Well, there's a lot of rocks in play, like we talked about.
Yeah, take a peek.
Yes. Oodles of rocks.
But this is par for the course.
It is.
Yeah. and the word oodles is a professional term.
Even if it's not related to noodles?
No,
But not zoodles. Right?
not poodles. Okay.
And we're definitely not going to talk about canoodling. That's not something we do on the show. It's a family operation here.
Oh,
I know I
Lord.
cheated because that one's still got noodles in it. I just added
No,
to the beginning.
it worked.
It counts.
It works. It
We
counts.
can use it.
Oh, we're going to have a team discussion about what to do here.
Uh-oh.
Dave Zimmerman has flagged his front end to come down and join the discussion. They're like, what do we do here?
I don't know. What do we do here?
That is a great question. What do we do?
Part of me wants to go out on the ice and be part of this discussion.
We are joined here in the booth by yet another evolving cast of characters.
Hi.
There you go.
Hey.
Hey. Well,
The
you
mute
know-
button works.
Yeah.
Press it again. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a little
But
touchy, that one.
come on. I'm not that bad. I'm looking at chat just to like hear groans, like read groans of, oh God, it's that guy.
And that guy is.
Robert Young. Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we seem to have decided on a shot here. It was a team discussion, and of course a skip's decision when it comes right down to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good time to talk now. You got Zimmerman's got 2 rocks remaining. How are you going to get the setup to get a multiple here?
That's right.
And I think the idea is you've got one in the house here, so you don't want to mess up the front end. You don't want to mess up that house. The guards
Okay.
are great in your favor.
Yep.
Try to draw in behind the red shooter, see if you can find it. And I like it. If you're light also, being light is great because you now just lock that out from your opposition and you go into it. You go in with a tie.
Although
it hurts
the
nothing.
way Dobbs has his hand above his head right away
Yeah.
leads me to think that maybe it's a little on the heavy side.
Or on the guard.
And they're on the guard as
Yeah.
well. They're going to
This might help if
change
they-
things up a little bit. I think that's really no
Well-
harm, no foul particularly. I mean, except now red could actually hit their own red rock and corner.
Corner it
a little bit.
I am of the opinion that I am absolutely happy giving Dave 1 right now. I will love taking a tie going into the 8th.
That's a very Rob thing to say.
Thank you. I'm so glad you understood that. I've seen you call a game. I was surprised that you understood competition strategy.
Well, they just called for
Wow.
a T-line wait, I believe.
You can never underestimate
So
them,
I think
though.
they're going to actually try to promote their red just a little bit up onto the yellow
Well,
rock.
I mean, it's one way or another. It's
Yeah.
fine because as long as you're not hurting yourself, that Zim's
long
going
as
to
you
get a multiple.
Right, as
You
long as
guard
you don't
this.
pick your own red rock off that top 8,
Yeah.
you're fine. And I like this call, tapping it up to freeze on the T-line up against that yellow rock with a guard. That is pretty sweet.
Is draw weight really that far of a line, though?
It has been so far.
It has been
Yeah,
so far?
it's been
Okay, cool.
Out there.
And they're
We'll see
sweeping
what
hard. I think for weight, this might wind up just being a guard.
This
Not
looks
the
like
end of the world.
it looks like it's a guard. Oh, it's dragging a bit. Looks like a 3.
Yeah, they tried very hard to bring it to the cold shot, but it's not a bad spot either. Like you say, giving up a steal of 1 is not the end of the world. But if I were Zimmerman, I'd be tapping up that yellow rock on the left.
Yeah, that's. I think that's.
And I think that's what they're trying to do.
I think that was a part of the conversation. Was what does Zimmerman want at the last shot?
Absolutely, and keeping that open for him to do is
Because
excellent plan.
Hufe, is it Hufe or Huff? I don't know how to.
I think it's Hufe.
Hufe. If we're wrong, please let us know in chat. But you couldn't guard everything, and Zimmerman knows that.
Yep.
So.
Although they're trying on this game because there are guards everywhere.
How many of that was intentional, though?
All of them.
It's been a guard-forward game.
I mean, no matter what, I'm only rooting for Zimmerman because it makes the bet with Jamie.
That bet is done.
The bet has been decided.
That
I
has
know,
been
but I
decided.
want the exclamation point because I'm a big fan of chaos.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
we
I'm
do
rooting
like
for
chaos.
I'm rooting for Zimmerman because that's my team. So.
I'm rooting against Zimmerman because,
Because we know
Because
Zimmerman.
you're a hateful
We know
person,
him.
right? No, I'm just
oh yeah, that's me. I am a
Full
hateful person.
of spite. Full of spite.
Yes. I am well known as a grouchy bastard.
Yes, and I'm glad that you're finally coming to terms with it. It's very important.
My
to,
own grouchiness.
Yes.
admitting is the first step to recovery.
Yes. All right. Here's the hammer. Oh, they made it audible. There's an audible change right now.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this.
Down the middle is the call. Top four down the middle. They're trying to go through the port.
Is that where Dobbs showed up? I was wondering why we got a random Dobbs. So Dobbs is Bobbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobbie Dodds.
Bobby Dobbs.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just playing musical chairs. I'm sorry, musical chairs.
We are bouncing around.
Well, I'm very tired from all the work I've done today, so there's no way I'm getting out of this chair. All right, here we go. Seventh and hammer. Goal is top four. Off and on from the sweepers. Line call being held from the hack. Weight looks good. Is it going to pass the guard?
I think it will.
Yes, it will.
Nope, clips the guard.
Oh.
But it's not bad.
Okay.
Still got the one. And if I was Diamond State, I'm probably very happy right now. Getting them tie. Having a tie going into the eighth is always nice to have.
Okay. Do we have any
Unless you're
other
the team
score
without hammer.
updates?
Let's take a look from the top down.
All right, we're going top down
Okay, it's
with
now.
Janine Klein. I'm sorry, I'm just going to hold that for you while you work the keyboard. Because sushi and technology do not combine well.
Oh, dang it. All right.
Well,
It's better than with liquids and technology, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
All right,
talking about.
go ahead. Top down.
what's the top down?
Oh.
We're waiting for top down.
We're waiting for the top down view.
Oh. Which sheet?
All 4.
While we're waiting, there it is. All right, so sheet A, we got a tie game going in. Looks like we're starting Vice. Starting Vice Rocks on sheet A at a tie game. Sheet C, we got a 1 point advantage. 1 point advantage now.
On sheet C.
On sheet C. Curl down for what? The best meme team name.
It is in fact 7-5, not 7-6.
So 2 point game. Thank you. I can't math.
You've had the discussion already.
It's all the work you've done today, right? You're just
Oh
a
my
little tired.
God, I am so
She's been
tired.
sweeping so hard.
Okay.
Rob Young, known for the famous drop and bounce sweep.
Listen,
Is
if
that
you're
where you drop your boom? Or
no,
your
it's
broom
when
and
you
it
fall.
bounces?
It's when you fall on your face when you're drawing. You're sweeping your skips. First draw in the final end and pounce back up and sweep to the end. I'm so tired.
A weeble wobble.
But he did
But I
fall
also
down.
fall down.
Uh-oh.
And on sheet D, it looks like we got a tie score.
And Stone was just hogged by red on feature sheet.
All right. And I believe we are on the first of Skips Rocks on sheet D.
You're going to see
Sake.
this come from the top down on sheet D in a hot second.
Okay, sheet D, top.
Trying to go after the shot rock.
Oh.
Good hit. The roll isn't going to stick around, but yellow is now sitting 1, and it might be buried. So, looking good on all the sheets now.
The roll stuck around.
Back on our feature sheet, looks like we're going for a draw right behind the center line guard.
Okay.
That's basically the name of this game. It's going to have to be Virginia needs keep the center line guard, put a counter in there,
Very
and
nice.
Diamond State needs clear, clear, clear. Keep it open, keep it simple. And that would be Zimmerman making faces at the commentary group. I take offense to that. And
I do not.
To what?
I call for a disqualification.
Oh.
Taunting the commentary staff.
Oh, absolute.
Oh, I missed.
Absolutely. You would
Off
love
the
that, wouldn't
ice.
you? Off the
I
ice.
missed something. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Straight to jail.
So I have a problem where I think I'm funny, but in all actuality, nope.
I would
So.
concur with that.
Well, we love watching it. Know me. We love watching it.
How dare? Also, nice your character
walked-
assessment on me.
You walked right into that.
I more so sauntered
You did.
into it, but I get it. Yeah.
What was
Backwards.
it earlier? You quivered into it?
Backwards. Yeah, quivered. Let's use that.
I
We've
fell
been
face first
quivering.
into that, y'all. I fell face first into that. All right. We are on, I believe we are on the first of 2 for the seconds now on our feature sheet.
And that looks like a straight draw.
Oh.
Already on it. That is a light rock.
Yeah. It's a good miss. You're not putting anything in there that's going to make anything more complicated
Well,
on it.
that's
It's a
it.
decent. If
It's
you're
not
going to
the
make a
worst
miss,
thing
it's
in the
not,
world,
it's not
yeah.
the worst thing in the world. So
Because
yeah.
giving the other team the easy double is worse than sitting under a guard, right?
Yeah.
As I like to say, I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Unfortunately, using FL's terminology from Derek, that is not something that can be used.
No.
It cannot.
Unfortunately.
But I'll allow it anyway.
It's a very Tau.
I
rock.
do enjoy sheet C right now, and the last end, not. No one really wants to be in the house.
Oh,
for
it's
sheet
looks like
C.
that-
this looks like a
maybe
Tuesday
biting.
social.
No one. It's basically everyone wants a guard.
And we've got another guard.
And we have
coming
another
in.
guard in play
Yep,
now,
Yep.
which is fantastic.
Yep.
I think what we have on our side feature sheet is a biter of yellow, and all yellow is probably going to be like, it's good. All right, how do we get 2 here? Or more than 2, because I think they're down 2, yeah.
So I think what's happening
On
on
C?
sheet C is that all their guards belong to us.
Yeah.
So,
All
So-
the guards belong to us. Wow.
Feature-
Old, ancient, Paleolithic internet memes. All your base belong to
it's
us.
a good one, though. On Oldie
Oh,
But Getting.
it's a classic.
I mean, you're old enough to understand it, so you're.
Oh, I know.
All right, there's a nice view of the nice fence, the fortress,
The
et cetera.
wall.
The wall.
Castle
Our
Eternia.
feature sheet B looks like we get a really good draw, a guard in play now.
You won't see this come from the top because I don't think it's going to make it. There we
No.
go.
It's fine.
It's just going to, actually, I love this one. It kind of guards that shot and is,
Okay.
red has hammer.
Okay. I'm trying to jump as quick as you can, but if you want to holler out, where to
It's
go?
all good. It's all good.
Oh, no.
All right.
We're dancing.
We got a really wonderful tech person. It's wonderful.
Yeah, his
Yes.
name is Ken Clark.
No.
No,
You're
no,
running
no.
tech, Janine. Is it Janine or Janine?
Formerly Janine Green, now known
No,
as
it's
Janine
Janine
Klein.
Klein.
Okay, so what is it really?
Janoodle?
Janoodle?
Janoodle.
All right. So our tech
throwback.
our tech person Janoodle. Oodles and oodles of Janoodles over here.
Oh, good
Yes.
Lord. I've never heard that before. But okay.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
no,
great.
J9, yes.
We also call her Jay Kizzle on Saturday mornings.
All right, J9.
Jake Hizzle from
Excuse me.
The shizzle? Jay
And we've
Hizzle?
got
The
an
kitchen
end
person.
game on Cheesy.
I have relinquished.
Allison Kemp serving
Oh.
cake. Would anybody like some cake?
Oh,
Rob would like some cake.
We
That
have
cake
game
was so
ended on C.
I don't know yet on cake. Thank you though.
Chocolate and raspberry?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Chocolate
say
If he
I'm gonna
doesn't
say
have it, I
no,
will.
but
Bring it over, and if he doesn't eat it, I will. Apparently
okay.
I'm
What was the final score on C? They've cleaned it up so doggone quickly.
Let's-
I'm going to leave it at 7-5 until told different, or until one of you guys figures it out.
Based on the scenario, yellow is sitting 1 on sheet C, right?
Yes.
Therefore, I'm going to assume that red couldn't unpack that giant wall. And
wall
yellow
of guards.
probably won. So curl
Should
down
I-
for what?
But did all 16 rocks been thrown, or did they quit before?
I don't know.
I
looked
think
as though they were all
uh,
thrown.
Yeah.
Curl
yeah.
down for what?
Okay, we will. give
Curl
them
down
that.
for what? All right.
Back to B.
I'm
All
too
right.
nerdy to do that, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got it out of my system.
Well, name a curling broadcaster that isn't a nerd, especially at the club level.
Courtney.
Incorrect. Courtney
Well,
is
which
a
Courtney?
giant nerd.
Courtney Shaw?
Courtney's
or,
a
or
geek.
Joanne Courtney?
Courtney's a geek.
Oh, no, we're not going there.
Oh, let's go into the
Okay.
hour-long discussion on what the difference between a geek and a nerd is.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter because we're curlers,
We're
which
all
means we're
frickin'
all
nerds.
dorks.
But
And
how
that's a
many-
whole
but-
other discussion.
But what is the ratio of curlers to neckbeards?
To what?
To what?
Neckbeards.
Neckbeards.
Oh,
We don't
I'm-
generally as a sport like the neckbeards because there's a certain
There's a certain fedora-esque quality to the neckbeard.
Oh, je ne sais quoi.
je ne sais pas.
All right, we got a nice control hit here, just to pop a guard, open it up a
Be
little
good,
bit,
brother.
curling a little bit
Thank
more
you.
than they were expecting. It was expected to be a run back double for sure. Just slightly over curled that one, but it's not bad. You're opening it up.
If I'm
Dave's
Zimmerman, I just
gonna
put it right back.
Put it right back. I mean, the nice thing about that is if they overshoot this and they just sit in the pile, then that just makes the clearance a lot more difficult. The way that the yellows are like set up. Yep.
I mean, I'd be happy to be in this situation.
I do appreciate that in the chat room. Woot woot. Go curl down for what? I don't know if that was asking us to continue our really bad rendition
just
or
cheering
if that
for
was
the
rooting for the team.
And all things being equal, let's just assume they were cheering for the team.
Yes.
Oh.
We can rendition later, honey.
Oh, thanks, Pookie. All right,
I'm getting that on my next curling shirt.
little
Pookie?
far out,
Pookie.
far out of the guard. Flipped out a wide bit. Needs to come over
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch.
not moving back. That's light and wide.
Well, it's a good guard weight, but that far out in the weeds, it's just going to become a 2
Yeah, yeah.
or a 1+.
So you're red. Do you have the double here? Do you want the double here?
You have the double. You just have to throw a bullet, and you have to like just skirt the guard.
Just scrape past. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bullet is up.
Playing,
It looks
ag-
wide.
I
It's
playing
wide.
playing against this team, Laura can absolutely do this, but it looks like it's so wide out. She looks like she pitched it wide.
If it's hot enough to do what we need to do, I don't think it's coming back.
Is it going through the
However,
uprights?
That'll
I
go
got one.
boop,
Nope,
and
she got
you
her.
She got
She got one out.
Yep. And we have 4 stones left. Or yeah, 4 stones
Yeah.
left. 2 skipses.
Virginia is absolutely happy with that guard. Just
Curl
if it
down
ain't broke,
for what?
oh god.
And
That
yes,
just makes me think bro down.
yes, bro down for what? Christy, I am saving you a slice of cake.
We got I believe we got a hammer shot now on sheet A with a lot of rocks. I don't know what's going on over there. But there's some heat being thrown.
Ooh, can we see A? We see a little bit of A. You're going to see things coming on the left side of your screen. Whoa, we're moving around.
Oh, there we are. All right.
Yep,
So
you're going to see things come in on the right side of your screen in a hot second. And just a brief view of yellow for those of us at home.
yeah, so that was a miss on the hit. So 1 yellow for sure.
And people keep kicking rocks, which means who scored what there?
I
Yeah, it looks like
it was
one
at
yellow,
least
right?
it was at least 1 yellow.
Yeah.
All right, so okay. And that would be the end of the game, which means yellow wins. Oh, no, they're throwing back.
Well, that was the 7th end.
That was the 7th end.
And they still have time. So everyone on the ice right now is getting their full 8. Dave looks like he threw a little bit warm on the guard attempt. Gonna make contact, rub the guard. Oh, sits top 12 possibly. Biter, not bad. What a nice fortuitous rub off the guard.
What's the phrase? We can use it?
We can use that.
We can use
Yep.
that. I'll allow it.
All right. However, the angles are there that if Brian just hits this just right, you can pop them both out, and it's not gonna keep it. It's not gonna make it an open path for the draw, but at least it gets yellow out.
I've just rejoined after grabbing food, which, by the way, is delicious. And I would point out that the clock may matter here.
Yeah.
For who? Everyone's already in 8.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Well,
Are they?
Wait,
Okay,
are
so-
they?
A.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Got to
Oh, they're
start
up.
it.
Okay, they're good.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing the seconds count down, so.
No, we're good. They have started their end.
Yeah,
I didn't see that they were cleaned up.
It's all good.
Like I said,
All right.
just back.
Okay.
Brian with his first for Diamond State Bucks Blue Ridge. Looks like a good normal hit. Gets the contact, gets the raise, but this isn't bad because it's now a wide open hit if Dave doesn't get the guard.
Guard.
Ooh.
Whoa.
What? Oh.
Steven from Verona fell on sheet A.
Is he okay?
Let me go
I
check.
don't know how that happened.
I believe what
Fell
happened was he
backwards.
backed into the hack and tripped.
Yeah, they're calling for assistance. Okay. We are not showing A right now. They're actually we are accidentally.
That's rough. He went straight back. That was rough.
Yep. No.
Wanted to make sure. Okay, let me change the view. Yeah, the view has been changed.
We've got a pause on B right now due to a
A.
trip of somebody on sheet A. So we have A on pause. However, we do have action still going on D, far enough from the action that it's fine. Looks like it's a hit on a yellow counter. Red is sitting 1 in the back, and they're going after the hit now. So this is, it looks like Vice's second rock for Red, which is our friends from our I believe Silicon State.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, thank you. Crashes on the guards. And it does guard the yellow shooter right now.
It's never fun to see someone fall.
No, Mindy, thank you for the information.
But
we're not
no, ladies and we have another fall.
Oh.
Where?
Oh. Oh no.
Okay, so Mindy says that he was moving over to see the line of the shot and tripped on the hack.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are joining us right now,
Send good vibes.
we are on a pause for moments. We've got 2 down, and we will get action resumed. We will actually get action resumed as soon as we can, but right now we have 2 down athletes
it's
right
much
now.
more important.
Yep.
And yes, we do have medical personnel here, like at all times.
Okay.
All 4 sheets took a stand out, as they probably should. This is serious news.
All right.
I saw him call
I don't wish to make light of this situation, but during this pause in play, I actually do want to take this moment and thank a lot of our volunteers and who have done an amazing job with the ice. The kitchen crew has done a brilliant job. Our technical and our commentating staff has done a brilliant job as well. So we're very thankful for everyone who's come out and worked through and assisted with the Cherry Blossom. 32 teams this year, always great. Thank you very much for those in the chat wishing the injured well. We do have one person off ice now and just taking a rest. So our play will resume when the players feel comfortable with resuming play, and I think that is completely and utterly perfectly fine. But it does not seem like both of our athletes are upright. Everyone's looking
Alert.
They look alert.
Yeah.
They look well.
Make a pass, make a pass. Make a pass.
All right.
Keep the pass.
Keep it open, please.
Keep the middle open.
Okay.
While these incidents are never good, one thing you do see is how the curling community rallies together to support each other.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the things I love about our sport.
If you want to put D on, we can resume on D if you'd like. D has decided to resume play, which is fine. They are far enough away from the action that they can if they feel comfortable. So we're going to go back to D right now. Both of our athletes have been taken care of. We've got the first set of Vice Rocks going on sheet D. Yellow is already sitting 1, so it seems like the play here is going to be just drawing. They do need to get a multiple here if they want to take the win. They're okay with the 1 for the tie, it looks like. This seems like it's playing for the tie, or at least putting it into the pile of reds to prevent any type of like runs or promotes.
And it's in the pile.
It's in the pile. So Silicon Valley has a couple, like the headache is going to be how do I get rid of that yellow? They got the advantage on the scoreboard by 1 though. So the question is simply, we do the run back. Will we leave it open for a draw afterwards? Nosing it is just going to literally do the exact same thing as it's sitting now. The discussion from the hack to the skip. Calling for a control hit on yellow.
So are they ending the game on A?
They've already decided on
Okay.
sheet A to skip to shake.
Okay.
So a concession on sheet A. sheet B is currently on a hold pattern right now, and we have a control hit attempt on sheet D. Calling for the sweep early. Hard for a line. They're doing a great job. Sweepers holding that line as hard as they can. They got contact, and they got the hit and the slash. Are they going to be able to sweep it out? Great shot.
Wow.
Absolutely great shot. The question now is how much pressure are they putting on, I believe, Team Sake to get back in. Sake needs 2 now. There's still 3 to go, so they have plenty of time left. Can they get the draw buried behind those guards? Oh, sorry about that.
No worries.
All right, calling for the sweep already from Topper. They're calling that it's light, but it looks a little warm. Looks like it's flashing through the house.
Oh.
All right. So advantage here to Silicon Valley.
Curl.
Drawing into the top 8, even if it's half buried, could very well put Team Sake out. So California Dreaming. Oh God, that's such a great name. I just now noticed what that was. I love it. Love it. If you are a 90s kid like me, let's see how obscure this is. Does anybody remember the teen show California Dreamin'?
I do.
Oh.
Do you remember the show Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
I do. Do you remember Big Bag Beetleborgs?
I do. I still know the theme song, and I will not sing it right
well,
now.
I mean, like, it's literally repeating the name over and over and over again.
So there are more lyrics to it than that.
Like,
The fact that you know that, just keep that to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
I love the 90s.
Sorry, I'm an 80s kid. We had much better music.
Oh, sure.
Period.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will let y'all
wait.
have that.
Matt Johnson, do you remember the roller coaster California Screamin'?
I remember the California Raisins from the 80s.
Oh,
remember those
yeah.
too.
Raisins, well, yeah.
They were cooler in the 90s. Let me just say
They
that
were.
now.
They were.
All right.
Do you remember
First-
Recyclosaurus Rex?
Pardon?
Dream on.
I was watching this. I wanted to see. So, sweeping for line now. They just need to make sure that it's in the house. Maria from Plainfield.
Oops, sorry. There we go. It's in your...
A guard here is good if they can get the guard wide enough or the promote's good too. All right. It's not in the house. Red is still sitting 1. They've spread out the guards situation, so that just makes the draw a little bit further out to the wings. Topper for Team Sake, who is not throwing I believe not throwing Skip's rocks. Skip's rocks are being thrown by someone else. But we got the draw, the call for the draw. Both needs to be, both needs to get behind the guards for the win. So here's our first of 2. I believe is this Maddie?
I believe so.
Yep. Sweepers are on it. Sweepers are on it. If they can get anywhere close to the house, they can even touch the house, and that'd be fine too. And looks like they are on the guard. It's
Just tapped it.
yeah. It's
No promote.
there is still an opportunity for 2, although probability. Who cares about probability? It's 6 p.m. curling on a Saturday. You do what you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every shot's possible.
Yes, and you can work with everything.
Exactly. Look at all the. There's an 8 end apparently available for red. This is all the hope. All the hope. All the rocks are still in play.
That's just it. You can just...
I'm still waiting for the multi-ball option. I've been curling since Sochi, and I've never seen the multi-ball. I would really like to see the multi-ball.
I'm still waiting for the Pokeball option.
Well, we did have a team. We did have Pokemon trainers.
That is true.
At this
Base
year's.
trainers.
Not a single Pokeball though. So
Disappointing.
very disappointing. Yes, there is that, but I didn't see a Pokeball.
No.
Although the Squirtle, I believe that's Squirtle.
Yes,
I'm not a
I believe so.
Pokemon guy, so I don't
I'm not
really know.
either. I haven't watched it since the 90s.
All right, so we've got a draw on the On the intern side for Silicon Valley, for our California Dreamers, inside the house would be great here.
I love the beard.
The beard is magnificent.
Indeed.
Maria's on. I only know Maria Eswine because we're both plain fielders. I'm a former, but weight looks good. If he can get it to curl.
Ooh.
We are top 8. T-line night looks real nice.
Okay.
So red is sitting 2 now.
Yes, they are.
Topper has one final call to get the deuce. Get the 1 and you get a tie. So the tie is still on the table. And since we're still in round robin play, a tie does help.
Yes. And it can end in a tie since
Yes.
we're doing round robin, as you said.
And all of Team Sake is heading over to have a conversation with Maddie, it appears. Yeah. So they're having a conversation to figure out how best can they get their 1.
There you go.
If it, I don't, looking, is there a possibility we can take a look at the house for sheet A, please?
Sheet D?
Sheet D, I think you. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
it's one of the board sheets.
It's the best you can do, but just the house.
Yeah, looking at the house, if you ever want to do like a split into the house or whatnot, you would want to have a much closer guard, and the split's not there. So seeing the guard view, there's no real close guards there. This seems just going to be get your 1. So Maddie's going to need to either clear all the guards to like touch 4 or raise. And I believe what they're doing is they're going to go for the same draw path that California Dreamin' did. All right, calling for the sweep early, out of hand for Maddie.
This looks light.
Hammer shot here for Team Sake.
It does look a little light.
Sweepers are on it.
Okay.
Looks like they're cleared the guard. But are they going to be able to out-count for 1? There's a good run. There it is. Shot for 1, and we have a tie ball. We have a tie ball game on sheet D.
Tie rock game.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
I
It
do.
is 4-4. Ends in a tie for California Dreamin' and Sake. For those of you who are asking about final scores, we do not have a final score on sheet B. We are currently iced right now with Virginia about to throw their 8th rock, but we are currently experiencing some athlete injury issues. So sheet A and sheet B are currently on ice, no pun intended. They did do shakes on sheet A, so sheet A is out, but sheet B, have 2 rocks remaining, and we are just waiting for our athletes to be properly taken care of. That's first and foremost our priority, and sheet B will be. We will resume action momentarily.
Health is always more important than curling. As much fun as curling is.
Thank you very much. Our amazing Janine on tech.
Chanoodle.
Yeah. Is it Janine? You said Janine.
I thought it was Chanoodle.
Janine Klein.
Some noodles? Don't you dare.
Aww.
No, I'm kidding.
All
I'm
right.
joking. Call me whatever you want. Just definitely not late for dinner.
Okay.
Dinner was great. Say it
There
again.
is a conversation starting back up on B. I don't know if they're comfortable throwing yet, but there is conversations happening on B. So if we want to go ahead and maybe start showing sheet B right now, if that's okay, please and thank you. You're doing such a great job. I can't predict when they're going to throw. I don't know. I'm just trying to vap for time here.
It looks like Zimmerman's about to
Yeah,
throw.
here we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is going to be Virginia's last rock. Team Zimmerman, for Virginia.
Virginia, yep.
They are sitting 1. The goal here is going to be a guard. Red has hammer. This is a tie game. So Zimmerman definitely wants the guard. we are all going to acknowledge the fact that this is going to be pretty tough. The ice has been stagnant for quite a number of times, so
I feel this is more stressful than being on the ice.
yes, this is definitely, I would consider this more of an asterisk result just because of what's going on. But nonetheless, we continue on our game. Zimmerman going in for the guard. I mean, I don't actually hate the idea of a freeze either, so they can be a little tolerant to like top 12.
Absolutely. I don't know that I love top 12 so much.
Oh, I don't love it either. I would love it too. But they've got some tolerance here, I think.
Right. Well, actually, I would prefer if you're going to go, I mean, I prefer the 2, but if you're going to go in, I think the freeze is better than
Yes, absolutely.
the top 12.
Completely.
All right. Out of hand, here we go.
Sweepers.
So the sweepers are, assessing the situation. It looks like he's given it that little bit of extra we talked about because we don't know what the ice is doing.
Little further out. I think it flicked it a little wide. It looks like it might be rubbing off
Might
of.
chip off a guard here.
Clear. It buffs off the.
Oh, it does.
Okay, well, that's okay. Bring it in.
I like
This
it.
is plan
Fortuitous. Okay,
what is
that
it?
was an amazing 5 and under shot.
I'll allow it.
This is not a 5 and under event, but we did get a 5 and under shot, which
This
is
a 5 and under team. So.
see. Well, there we go. So never underestimate the power of a 5 and under team.
I have made some of those shots. In this.
We all have. If you're a
Okay.
5 and under, we've all had the oopsies. Oopsies.
No. Oh,
in
okay,
proper.
that works.
In proper. Like I've learned that in proper decorum, sometimes you will want to apologize for that because like I'm so sorry that happened.
That wasn't worth apologizing for. We're working on a challenging ice condition,
Yeah.
and it was better to give it a little
So-
more than a little less.
So right now, it
Hey.
looks like the two shot rocks are edge on edge, which means that if Brian just hits nose, he'll probably sit nose for 1
For the win.
for the win.
Just
So-
flipping through the camera shots here.
Playing against this team, they've got really good sweepers to hold this line. Here we go. Hammer shot on B.
I'm so nervous.
Flicked it just a hair wide, but they're calling for the sweep. Close.
Yep,
There's the
sweeping.
sweep call.
It looks like it's very controlled weight.
But it's curling a lot.
It's
Looks like
curling a lot
it's
this
curling the
way.
second shot
Gonna
rock.
catch the-
I think
Second
they're
shot,
going to be
second
on the
shot.
Hold on. Okay, overhead view.
There it is. And that is the game. Zimmerman takes the steal of 1.
I can breathe
Team
again.
Virginia. It must be
It was a good game.
stressful on
It
the
is.
on the commenting team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done to all of the webcasters. We had a revolving array of characters here on the mics. Thank you for putting up with our shenanigans
I enjoyed it. I
today.
would love to do it next time, Mary.
I like
Outstanding. We'd love to have you back on the mics. It's a lot of fun here in the webcasting booth.
basically just stay sitting.
Booth?
Don't move.
Booth? I would just say higher chairs
No.
and.
Well, I have a lower chair.
Jamie was calling it the booth.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what it is. It's supposed to be the booth. However,
But we like to mix it up with our friends
Well,
in the warm room, so it's
I'm
hard
going
to
to
be
make an
stand-ups.
80s reference. It's kind of like Les Nessman, who thinks he has walls, but it's just tape on the floor.
right. Minus the
do you,
tape.
do
Minus
you know
the
what
tape.
just happened? I don't know what just happened.
An
I just
80s
heard it was- I heard
reference.
Yeah,
some
we're
noodles.
just, should we just
Yeah.
nod,
Reference and-
nod and smile?
Yeah.
Nod and smile.
There
Yeah,
you go. Good job.
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
nice.
Uh-huh. Just smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave.
So thank you for
Oh,
joining us here
And I didn't
in
mean
the
to leave
booth.
you hanging.
from the Potomac Curling Club. We appreciate you tuning in. There'll be more action here in a little bit. So check the draw online, see when the next game is, which I don't recall. I think maybe it's 6:45, but we're late on ice, so
Probably a
we
little
don't know.
behind. It happens when it happens.
We will be along here shortly. Just watch for the feed to go live. And thank you for joining us.